the Orion capsule at once.
My nephew's probably asleep, but he's a big Buzz Lightyear fan, so he's probably going to enjoy watching that question tomorrow. But we can get 4 astronauts in the Orion space capsule. It's a little bit bigger than the Apollo capsule, about 30% more habitable volume, and so instead of supporting 3
Yo, what's going on? Welcome to the channel, folks. Here's what we're watching today. Let me tell you, we've got a jam-packed episode. We're doing a react video. We're reacting to shit because I hate society, and that's what we do now. We react. Once again, I've got Crimmy, my roommate. He's here to sponsor me this afternoon.
Beyond that,
we're live right now. We're watching the moon landing. We're doing it.
Like me, either aviation or I'm a submariner. But we have a ton of people from different scientific and engineering communities, including microbiologists.
Yeah, I love that it's so diverse because I think diversity really adds to what you guys can do.
Yeah, and those unique perspectives, I think, make us stronger as a team whenever we're tackling a new problem. Having people with different, not only academic backgrounds, but all of these scientists, a lot of them have different field experience. So, like Xena worked in some really extreme environments.
Look, I'm reacting.
Caves, doing a lot of her research. So it's not that different than what we're hoping to do at the South Pole of the moon. So these perspectives are really important for us to
get a real reaction
that we can.
Yeah, that's interesting. All right, I think we have time for one more question, so why don't we pull one up? What is the coolest part about Artemis?
I really like the book series.
I mean, I think
Artemis
I can't even quite get my head around how it might feel for the crew to orbit the moon on Artemis 2 and see it up close, and then of course on Artemis 3 to actually land on the moon and conduct a moonwalk. It's just going to be incredible to have that view back of our home planet, and so just the thought of sending human beings,
ladies and gentlemen,
back to the moon, it's just super exciting for all of us.
Alexa, make the bedroom light magenta.
Because there is so many things to look forward to pinpoint, the thing that you're most excited about. I thought that was going to be a
What
hard
am I
question,
most excited about? Let me tell you what I'm most excited about.
All right, so great questions. Keep them coming using
the
hashtag Artemis wherever you're watching this broadcast, and keep sending those moon-inspired content to
hashtag Artemis.
That's hashtag NASA MoonSnap, and we're going to show some of them later
hashtag
in the podcast.
MoonSnap, guys.
Okay, 1 hour, 24 minutes.
You gotta get on this channel right now. You guys gotta get on this channel. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Time for another update from NASA's Daryl Nail, who's with the launch team as they were monitoring a leak.
Yeah, that's right, Megan. We're inside the firing room #1 here at the Launch Control Center at the Kennedy Space Center. And currently we have an update on that red crew, which went out to the pad to torque down some bolts on a leaky hydrogen replenish valve for the core stage. And that update is that the red crew has departed the blast danger area. They have completed their work. They got the go at 10 p.m. this evening, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, to go out and conduct work that took roughly
Chat, should we play
an hour
zombie game while we wait?
They were given the go till the time they left the blast danger area.
I haven't had anyone join my
technicians, 2 technicians and 1 safety representative did the work out at the pad on the replenish valve. And now that they are on their way back,
hey, we got 1 viewer.
The team is now examining
we're reacting
whether or not that
to this video
leak is still
Wait,
there.
watch. Hold on.
What
My
we
1
do
viewer.
know
Tell me
is,
what you think about these
you may have
reactions.
mentioned that this put the liquid hydrogen tank into stop flow, and as a result, also stopped a required 90-minute engine bleed for the liquid hydrogen side. Teams have come to the conclusion
what
that
if it
only
actually just blew up while I was doing that?
Required at this point,
because that would be very sad, but then I'd be like,
at the point that they left off,
it'd be a real reaction.
It'll be enough to
smoking right
meet
here,
that
folks.
requirement for launch.
Answer the
We're
Discord.
looking now at a graphic where we're tracking.
Dude, I'm reacting so hard. Hold on, let me get the Discord up and running, folks.
We did this earlier this
trying to get
evening.
Drew. We're gonna get Drew in the chat here. We're gonna do a dual reacting episode, folks.
Core stage. You can see on the left that the core stage liquid oxygen
gonna get Drew in
is
the
at
chat. Hold on here.
100%.
Hold on.
That's the same for the upper stage, and both are in stable
What's our
replenish.
channel? Do we have a channel?
As you can look to the right, though, you can see that we're at 97% for liquid hydrogen. The reason for that is because when we
Oh,
went into
I got
stop flow,
Suver, can you
that
hear
means
me?
that the replenish was no longer
Dude, you
refilling
gotta
the
check out
tank,
my stream
and
right
that
now.
liquid
I'm
hydrogen
reacting
was
to the
boiling
moon
off
launch, bro.
and draining
Yeah,
some of the capacity
you're
out
live
of,
right
that
now
particular tank.
on
So we've
Special
lost liquid
K's
hydrogen.
stream.
The plan
I'm
is to
reacting
resume,
to
of
the
course,
moon
the
launch.
filling of liquid hydrogen, which goes into
All
that
right.
How'd you get that
into the
idea?
liquid hydrogen tank.
I
on the core
don't
stage,
know. I was
and then
really
vents
just
out
hoping
on
that
flare stack that you see to the right,
it would like
where
net
excess
me more
hydrogen
viewers,
is
but the
burned
only
off.
person watching
That's
is
the
my
latest
friend.
here from Firing Room 1. Megan, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Daryl.
So,
All right, let's go back
yeah.
inside our Apollo Saturn V Center now with NASA's Dan Hewitt. We last sent humans to the moon using the rocket behind you. Can you show us how we're going back now?
What game are you playing right now?
Absolutely, thanks, Megan. So
Call of Duty,
Artemis
man.
1 is going to take
Wait,
us
you're
from
playing
planet Earth
Modern Warfare?
around the
I
moon
still
and
got
all the
this
way
update,
back.
bro.
And I'm going to show you every
Oh,
step
yeah, dude, we
of
should
the
play
way.
it.
Like
You're-
every
wait,
great space mission,
I am.
it
You
starts
already
with
got the
launch. In this case,
46
4
minute, like,
45 engines, 2
45
solid rocket
gig
boosters ignite,
update or
sending
whatever. You already
SLS
got that
and Orion
done?
into the
Yeah,
sky.
yes, sir.
On the way uphill, we'll have a number of jettison
Sheesh.
events
I'm on
things
that
coming
1
off the rocket.
gigabyte per
One of the most
second.
visible,
Oh, you got
these 2
super
large
internet.
solid rocket boosters a little over 2 minutes into flight.
streaming
will break
now.
Away. We'll also have
It's pretty
the launch
legit. Let me
abort
drop
system
my-
come off once we're
How
high
many
enough.
people
Yeah,
we
link
got
it.
in
Three
the chat? Let me
fairings,
link it in
which
the
are
chat.
protecting Orion's capsule and service module.
I'm
during
not
the flight through
really
the thicker parts
streaming,
of
but
the
like I'm
atmosphere.
streaming.
Now, after the core
I
stages
got Drew
consumed
watching
its
me and my
propellants, we'll
buddy
hear MECO,
right now.
main engine cut off. Those 4
Oh, shit,
engines
no, I
will
didn't
cut
mean to
off.
do that.
The core stage will drop away, handing over propulsion duties to this, the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
The interim.
Its first job
reacting
is a
to
perigee
art.
raise
Like
maneuver.
look at
Perigee
look
just
at
means
this
the
video.
lowest
First
point
off,
of
there's a
your
lot
orbit.
you need to
This
look
will
at
give us
here.
a nice circular
You need to
path
look
for
at
Orion around our
The
planet.
thumbnail.
While it's there, we can really
First
check
off,
the
look
space
at that
back out.
thumbnail.
Make sure everything
Like,
from
look
electrical
at that
systems,
slick
guidance, navigation,
thumbnail in the
controls,
chat.
communications are all
VSO.
compromised before we
Special
commit
K. I
to
got
heading to
Call
the
of Duty
moon, and we
Modern
do that
Warfare with my
this,
face
the
crudely
trans-lunar injection.
photoshopped
This will be about an
over it.
18-minute firing on today's timeline.
Don't
and
think
this
he
is
has
done
this game
to
down.
give us
Oh.
enough energy to get out of low Earth orbit.
Wait, you're
and make our way
playing
to
Modern
the moon.
Warfare 2
Shortly
right
after
now,
that,
right?
the ICPS will separate. It'll do a disposal burn,
It's got
sending
super
it around
fast
the moon and
internet,
into an
Drew.
orbit around
Drew
the
didn't
sun.
believe you.
But from there on out,
You're gonna have
propulsion
to
duties
you're gonna
are
have to
handed
get
over
onto
to the
my
European
stream
service
right now. I'm
module.
gonna need you to like
It's going to make a couple of
and
outbound
subscribe.
trajectory correction burns on the way
And-
out, critically testing that
and
orbital
drop in the
maneuvering
comment
system engine,
section.
that
Tell me
large
where
one on the
you're
very bottom
calling in
that's going to be
from.
needed when we start making our maneuvers around the moon to get into what's known as distant retrograde
So
orbit.
apparently we're launching to the moon.
To do that, we're going to do the outbound powered flyby.
Chat, check
pushing
this
in
out.
70 or 80
Chat, what do you
miles
think?
Off the lunar surface. Really pushing with that large engine. That's going to slingshot us around. We're going to do a final orbit insertion maneuver, and then
Do we have a
this will
Seahawks
begin
game
our
Sunday?
retrograde orbit. This
Oh
dotted
shit,
line
I have no idea.
distant. We're about 40,000 miles off the lunar surface, and retrograde because the moon orbits the Earth in a counterclockwise fashion. We're going to be going clockwise, opposite retrograde. It's a very stable orbit, doesn't require a lot of energy to maintain your space there. Really lets us put Orion through the paces, learn about using this spacecraft in deep space. But eventually it'll be
2
time to
weeks,
come
I
home.
might be
We'll
gone.
fire up the engines once more. Do a
Going to
departure
the
burn.
moon
This
for
is
the
what
first
commits us
time
from departing the moon
from my
and heading
chat.
back home.
We've got
Dip in,
we've
close
got
to the
deniers in the
surface,
chat,
return powered
folks.
flyby,
We've got
and
people that don't
execute
think this is
correction burns
real.
on the return transit as we target a splashdown in the Pacific Ocean.
I'm gonna need you to
Before
like and
that
subscribe.
happens, the
I'm gonna hop
spacecraft
off
separates.
so I don't
The
annoy the
service
shit out of you.
module's job is done.
But I'll be
It
back.
has a way to burn up,
I got
revealing
40 gigs
the
left,
PTO.
and then I'm
This
getting on.
is
Hell
goal
yeah.
number
I'm
one
moving at
for this
1.2
flight,
megs per
is
second.
testing that
It's very
heat
slow.
shield at lunar
Click
return
that channel,
velocities,
like,
because when we hit the
subscribe.
upper atmosphere,
Subscribe.
We're going to be
Make sure to
moving
subscribe.
more than 20,000 miles an hour, heating that up to more than 5,000
Folks, what's going on here?
degrees
We're gonna have to
Fahrenheit.
get. We gotta like
We really need to make sure that that can withstand that heat of reentry. After it
getting a
makes it
little bit of
through,
an error here,
parachutes
folks.
deploy,
It's
Orion
because we're
splashes down in the
downloading
Pacific,
the
and
game
making sure
right
that other
now.
recovery assets
Once
are
again, we're gonna
standing
go
by
back for some
to
quick
pick it up out of
reactions.
the water and bring it into the first mission in the Artemis program. So that's all still going to unfold. It all starts with launch today, though. So let's get back to the countdown. Over to you, Megan.
Wait, hold
Our
on.
return to the moon would not be possible without our partners across the country and the world. So joining us now is Frank Davina, head of ESA's European Astronaut Center. Good evening to you.
Like that's the channel. That's the cover
well,
right
so
there.
I want to ask you, talk to me about Airbus and how that company and ESA contributed
It's always the
to
mouth
the
open.
Orion
I feel like that's the main thumbnail.
Well, Airbus is of course the lead manufacturer.
This is what we are going to do.
integrator of the
Back when
service
they
module
captured
of
me,
our Orion,
I used to work
capsule, and that will
with
fly
the
to the
Nazis.
moon.
But
So
then
this is a very
I
important
realized
part, of course, because
I could
without
go
the
to the
service
moon
module, it's clear
to work
that,
with
we would not
the
get
aliens.
to the moon or would not be able to return from it. So
But I am a
it's a very
Nazi.
important partner for ESA, but there are, of course,
Maybe.
there are industries
Ladies and gentlemen,
across
like,
Europe, not
subscribe,
only Airbus,
share,
but
let
across
me
Europe
know where you're
that
coming
are
from.
contributing
Number
to the
one
service
donation in the
module,
chat
in
this
Italy, in
afternoon.
France,
It's
Belgium,
Gattaca. Thank you very much.
really it's
Let
a
them know where
really
you're coming
European
from. Let them
project.
know where you're watching from.
Yeah.
We just dropped this
Frank,
chat
we've
in
been
every
close
major
partners, NASA and the
Discord
European
across
Space
the
Agency for
national
decades
thing.
now,
We're
partnering on
reacting
things like
this
the space
afternoon.
station, scientific
We're
exploration,
reacting
and of course, commercial crew
to the
missions,
moon
Matthias
launch.
Maurer, ESA
Is the Earth
astronaut
flat? We're going to
extraordinaire,
find
well
out
done
on
back
the
for
stream
Crew
today.
3.
We've
Can
got
you
an
tell us a little
hour
bit
and
more
16 minutes,
about what makes
not
this
until it
partnership
launches.
so important?
And unfortunately,
Well,
it's an
it's
hour and
important,
16
this
minutes
partnership because,
until we
we
get
want to do
to the
sustainable
2-hour
exploration of the moon. We want to
window.
explore space on a sustainable way. And I
So
think
this
partnerships
might not
in
launch
that
for
sense
up to
are
3 hours
essential.
and 16 minutes, folks.
One nation alone, could they do it?
Let me
The
tell you
US maybe,
conditions
yes.
right now.
Europe
It looks
certainly
dark.
could not
It might be
participate
too
to a
dark.
lunar program by themselves or could not do it by
I would do it
themselves.
in the day.
But I think if we do
personally.
it as a partnership, we
So
can go
I
a lot further,
understand
we can do a lot more. We can leverage technologies, we can leverage talent.
Scientists
in
are a
all
little
these
bit more
countries,
knowledgeable than
across
I
the
am when it
world
comes to
that
this
can
type of
really
thing.
push
But
the partnership forward.
is audio good? How's my
Looking
audio
ahead
right
to
now? Am
the
I getting
Artemis
good
mission,
audio,
we're gonna
Drew?
have ESA astronauts
Can you hear
on
me?
board those. Have you guys
Can you hear me,
begun
folks?
preparing for that training? Anything like that?
We have
Anything at
actually
all?
started preparing already for lunar missions, surface missions. We have a program called
Folks, up to
Pangaea
52 dubs.
in,
We're going to have
ESA,
to reset
which is basically
the
there
dub
are
counter.
NASA astronauts participating in
Now
in
that
those
Warzone's
trainings.
going offline.
Stephanie was just over with us just 1 week ago, doing field trips, and we are actually starting to prepare to see also which technologies do we need to use that we can at the best possible way do science.
Again,
on the moon,
quick
because of
little
course we just
snapshot
do not
here,
go there,
brought
to
to
walk
you
around or do to
by
to do,
Mountain Dew
real
Game
science. We
Fuel.
want to do discoveries.
Just want to let everyone know
we want to
Mountain
live there
Dew
for a
Game
sustainable
Fuel
way. So which
is our new
technologies do we need?
sponsor.
And
Okay,
that we are actually starting already.
they're great.
In the European
We
astronaut
love them.
and, we actually started already more
Huge
than
sponsor
5
over the
years
last
ago
few years.
developing
We
this,
severed
this
our
training program.
relationship.
So yes, we are involved.
The
again,
racist
together with
rapists,
our
we
NASA
had to
colleagues and
cut
colleagues
him.
from the international
Get rid of
partners
him.
to start preparing crew to really do.
Didn't want any part of that
sustainable
personally.
surface exploration of the moon.
So, you know,
Yeah.
it's good that
And
we
you guys
got a
are
good
doing more than
relationship
just
moving
crew,
forward.
right? You guys are contributing to the Artemis
I'm
program
thinking I
in
might
other
have to play
ways?
Zombie
We
Game.
are contributing to the
Chat,
Artemis
what do you think?
program
Should we
in
watch
many
the
ways.
launch,
Of course, the service
or should we
module,
put in an
that we
hour
will
of Zombie
be,
Game?
launching here hopefully today is the biggest part today. But we are looking into a lot of other capabilities. First of all, there is the gateway. That will be a real element to enable the sustainable exploration of the moon. We have the communication system on the gateway. We have the IHAP, the habitation module.
Honestly,
We
the
have F3,
CGI on
which is
this
the
doesn't even
refueling
look good.
module, which is essential if you want to sustain the gateway there for a longer period of time. Of course, you
I
need
think
to
I
be
could
able
fake.
to
They put the
refuel
fire in there to try to
system.
make
So
it look
these are
real,
essential
but the
elements that
fire,
is
look at it. The
providing.
fire is
We also
literally
providing
in slow
small
mo.
technology experiments. Radiation,
Like-
for example, will be very important. We are looking.
What do you mean
into
you're watching 3
exercise
streams
device
right
for
now?
operating.
Chat,
We are looking into medical.
you
systems.
belong to
So
me.
These are also small components, but
The
for
Winners
crew
Club.
that are very important because we need to.
It's my new
keep the
name.
crew
The
healthy
Winners
there, of
Club. It's
course.
actually very original.
Partner, you have so much that you're contributing.
Oh,
we really
are-
appreciate it.
We have a lot that we can contribute, and
Thank
and of
you.
course in this
All right.
ministerial, because
Perfectly
we have
out of
now
the
our
frame here,
ministerial
folks.
conference coming
Let
up
me
next
tell you
week.
what we're going to get
The
into
big
this
decisions
afternoon.
are going to be
Once
made
this
for the
game's
next,
done downloading,
decade.
we're going to
And
play
there
some
we,
zombie
will
game,
propose
folks. You guys want to see some zombie
European
game? You guys
lander
want to lock
that
it in
will
right
bring
now
us
with
the
some zombie game?
logistics, to the moon. And this logistics
Folks,
capability that
I need to know
will
what you're
be a
thinking,
big
chat.
part of the integrated Artemis program will allow us to have European
The Artemis
astronauts
program. Does that not
actually
sound...
working on
Grimmy!
that. So that is,
Grimmy!
really
What do you know about the Artemis program? This sounds like some shit.
Continue to look forward to the contributions that we can make together with the
I don't know
program.
about
Thank
this.
you so much.
Thank you for having me. And good
I'm going to have to
morning
go
the
shut my
viewers in
window
Europe.
so my neighbors don't think I'm
Thank you so
fucking
much.
insane.
All right, and speaking of viewers,
Chat,
we
let's
have
get an
a
idea
ton
here.
of
How many
people
people
out
think we
here
went to the moon?
along the space coast of Florida watching today's launch. So let's head on over to NASA's Leah Martin. She's over at the Visitor Center with a whole bunch of excited people.
Oh my goodness, Megan. You know, this
Oh
normally is a
my
time of night that people are winding down and getting ready
Grimbus!
for bed, but there is not a single person here who has sleep on their mind. It is
No one's ready
everybody
to go to
is
sleep.
so
No one's ready to go to
excited
sleep.
on
Oh
the
my god,
edge of
folks.
their seat.
This is
Trading stories,
absolutely
talking about previous
amazing.
launches and being excited for
Yeah,
this
they're
one. And
watching
I'm
about
actually
the
joined here by
other
three
times the
women
rockets went up in the air.
are thrilled to come out and watch tonight's launch. What does it mean to be out here and see this historic launch tonight?
It's an amazing moment. I grew up on the Space Coast watching launches, and so to be out here tonight, it's incredible. It's an amazing feeling to be out with
What
all
is
these
a
people
woman?
celebrating, and we're super excited to be here.
What is a woman?
I know that you
Can we
guys
talk
have
about
been,
it?
Having your eyes on
What
this
is it?
launch you've been watching on the previous attempts. What is it here tonight?
Well, yeah, this is our first attempt here. We were here for the first and second here at Banana Creek, so we're really excited. The energy out here is electrifying, and we can't wait to see this thing go off.
They're
Now,
calling for
the first
3.
of a series of missions that are becoming increasingly more complex.
Chat, I'm gonna shut my window.
What
My
are
neighbors
you
are gonna
most
kill me.
excited about the Artemis missions?
Leah, I am so excited to be here. I just feel so honored because, as you know, this isn't just a momentous launch for humanity as a whole. It's so important for gender and cultural minorities across the globe because Artemis is landing the first woman and the first person of color on the surface of the moon. This is
Locking
this
in here,
generation of
folks.
Apollo. And so all of the people
Locking
who have
in.
the
I need you to
opportunity
check
live
out
through
where
Apollo
we're, what
and be
we're,
inspired
who
by
we,
that, have the opportunity
what
today
we're
to
all
witness it.
about.
And I'm just so grateful to be here. I can't wait to see the positive
I gotta
impact.
play a game, folks. I
One more
gotta play a
question,
game. I got.
this is gonna be something
You know what?
that
Hold
you
on
guys,
here.
I'm sure, will remember for your entire lives. How are you marking this? Do you have any special plans? Of
She's
having
really
any
trying to
memories
hype
of
this
being able
up,
to
and
pass them on
it's
to
not.
people in your life?
What is
well,
this?
My son is growing up here. I didn't grow up here, and so he's
women.
going to grow up here on the Space Coast, and I just can't wait for him to
The
just
Space
grow up with
Coast.
the Artemis missions.
I'll have
Well,
you know
Megan,
these.
we're
This
out here,
isn't
we
just
have
the
our eye to
coast.
the sky, and we
This
can't
is
wait
the
to see it go. Back to
Space
you.
Coast. Okay.
Really
These
great
folks,
interviews, and wow, I saw that drone
they're
shot
women.
that we
You know
had
what?
showing all of
Drew,
the
what do you think the
bleachers
odds are
filled with
of a
people
white,
there to watch the
tall
launch? That
male
was
like
incredible.
myself getting
If you're just
selected for an
joining us,
interview
welcome
down
to
there?
NASA's live
I'll tell
launch
ya,
coverage of
none.
Artemis 1,
Because the
our
time
return to the
for
moon in
white,
almost 50
tall guys
years.
in
I'm
America,
NASA's Megan Cruz, and this is NASA astronaut
it's
Kate
over.
Barron, who flew
We're
on
fucked.
NASA's SpaceX Crew 3
But we can
mission
just turn
and
into
returned
women and be
home
better
earlier
than them
this
at that
year
too.
after
So,
living and working
folks,
on the International
I'm gonna
Space
need someone to
Station for
clip
about
this.
6
I'm gonna need
months.
someone
I
to
gotta ask you,
just
how
get this
was
going.
that experience?
We're
It
going
was
on
incredible.
Operation.
We had such an amazing time up there. The Expedition 66 crew was awesome. I've been saying since I got back that we're the happiest crew in the history of the space station, and nobody's been able to really challenge me on that yet.
You guys look very happy in that photo.
Oh man, we were just like a family up there executing an incredible mission.
I see. I I
Just
froze. You guys
got
didn't even
3
know.
spacewalks.
It was because I was
It was
reacting.
just- you couldn't have planned a perfect.
You know what's
first
funny though
mission
is
for me, Matthias,
the
and Raja,
screen's
and of
over
course our
fucking
veterans
here,
up
but it
there,
makes more
Mark
sense if I
and
look this
Tom.
way
We
because
just-
it's like
it was amazing. We had an incredible time.
Yeah. Wow, look at that
Like-
photo of you in the cupola. That is amazing.
Yeah, the views are beautiful. It's just like every time you look out the window, it takes your breath away.
Wow. And now here you are, adding some valuable insight into Artemis 1. This is our third opportunity to launch NASA's brand new Space Launch System rocket and Orion spacecraft.
letters are
This is an
disavowed.
uncrewed flight test to pave the way for future crewed
Folks,
missions starting
I need you
in
to lock the
Artemis
fuck
2,
in right
and
now.
Kayla, you could be
We're gonna
chosen
jump
to
into
fly
zombie
on some
game.
of those future missions. How does that make you feel?
Honestly, it's a little unbelievable.
You know what?
to
Can we
me.
talk about they
I,
have
like,
not
could barely
interviewed
imagine what it'd be
one
like to go to the space
guy.
station until I did it. And just thinking about what it would be
Like,
like to look back at the Earth from orbit
only
around the
women
moon
have been
or even
interviewed.
standing on the moon kind of blows my mind.
Like-
Wow.
So, yeah, it's hard to even imagine that that's true, but it's a really special time to be at NASA and an even more special time to be in the astronaut office.
Yeah, that's a beautiful picture of you seeing the moon, right?
Yeah, that's sort of a
Looks
moon
kinda
spotting
like the
adventure there.
Earth,
I've
I'm not
got
gonna
binoculars.
lie.
One thing
that-
that's really cool about seeing
that
stars
looks
and
like the
moons in
Earth.
orbit is you're not looking at them through the
Does
atmosphere,
that look
so you
like
get
the
these
Earth
very
to you
clear
guys?
views.
Oh.
And the moon
Just wanna
is
make
always
sure.
super spherical. You never get these like sort of slices that look kind of flat.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Up there, you see it in 3D.
No.
It feels like.
Wow.
So yeah, I think we
Kinda
all sort
looks
of
like the
fall in love with
Earth,
the
in my
moon from
opinion.
Space in a whole new way.
Yeah. Well, today's launch attempt
Are there
comes
any
in a
other
very
streams that
busy
maybe
year for us at
represent
NASA.
the
Some of the
community
highlights
of
include 2 more commercial
tall
crew
white
launches
guys?
with SpaceX, Crew 4 in April, you're seeing there.
See
and
how
then
many
5
live
last
people are
month.
going live
In May,
reacting,
NASA
right?
and Boeing
Look at this.
flew OFT-2, the
4.9.
second
I only have
uncrewed
one
flight
viewer.
test
How
of
do I
the
only have
Crew
one
1
viewer?
capsule. The goal is to
Where are my
certify
viewers?
the
Like that
capsule
shit.
for
Like,
regular
share,
flights to the
subscribe. Like, share,
International Space
subscribe.
Station after a crewed flight test next year. In July, we released the first images captured by our James Webb Space Telescope, and wow, they are magnificent. Pictures like these could help us answer some of astronomy's biggest questions about how our universe began. And then in September, we intentionally slammed the DART spacecraft into asteroid Dimorphos and successfully changed its course. And just 2 days ago, the asteroid wasn't headed for Earth's intended orbit around the moon. The small satellite launched from New Zealand in June and will now test and recently 2 other missions that benefit
Jordan Scruber subscribed, baby.
Now, Kayla, what do you think about all the humans on Mars? And just 2 days ago, Capstone arrived at its intended orbit around the moon.
All right, so
it's the satellite launched from New Zealand in June and will now
it's the same stream everywhere.
Space station there. You heard us talk about a gateway. Now, Kayla, what do you think about all that NASA is accomplishing?
I mean, those are all just amazing examples of why it's such a cool time to be part of human spaceflight and the larger space program. We're learning so much, not only about our home planet, but our galaxy and
she
the
makes
universe.
me, I just
like those James Webb images just capture my imagination every time they release a new set.
Yes.
And so it's
there's me
a lot
reacting to
going
wanting
on
to
and
punch
a lot
myself in the fucking face.
Because it is truly great, and we want people to share along with that. So, all right, 1 hour, 6 minutes and counting.
1 hour, 6 minutes, and here we are. We're going to go interview another woman.
Yeah, thanks, Megan. And so we get an update.
Hey, here we go. Okay.
Red crew, of course,
this guy looks like he just got off his shift at the male strip club.
Valve on the core stage, hydrogen side,
and now he is trying to remember his lines.
Which is good news.
These are all very
upper stage, and we understand
big. What do I have to do for the chat?
To the NASA test director. They just informed the NTD that they can.
What do I have to do?
Start getting back the flow.
Hey, what do I got to do for the chat, folks?
As well, it went into a stop flow.
My Cronus is on.
Roughly around 10 p.m. Eastern time. After a leak was detected, you can see
a leak. Imagine you're getting on this fucking plane, jet, rocket.
Stage and the upper stage of the
like rocket. I said, I'm very smart on these guys. And
they
tell you, listen, lost about 18,000 gallons of hydrogen.
During about an hour or so.
I don't like it. I don't like those numbers. We need to see a reaction to
repairs. Now the hydrogen bleed for the engines.
The launch, dude. The launch isn't for like 3 hours, but it's going to be something like this.
Back on track to recover that after a stop flow halted the bleed. They are required to bleed that liquid hydrogen through the RS-25 engines for 90 minutes, but they're picking up where they left off, and that appears to be on track. In the meantime, we've had an update from the range. And the range has informed the NASA test director that currently at the moment, if we were to launch now, they are no-go due to the loss of signal on a radar site. That's currently being worked right now. Again, the range advising the NASA test director that they are no-go.
Clip it!
The range
is
not clear for launch until they remedy that issue on their radar site. And so we're also tracking
Screenshot this!
In the meantime, we started this at 2:23 p.m. Eastern time.
That's it. That's
the core stage tanked in about 4 hours and 23 minutes.
That's the thing.
Looking to get everything back on track.
Also, did he just say
at 1:04
they're not gonna launch because
has a 2-hour window associated with it, all the way to 3 a.m. Eastern?
I feel like
that's the latest from the firing room. Megan, back to you.
I feel like we should back up.
There be astronauts aboard the Orion spacecraft.
Hold on, I feel like we should. I feel like he just said that.
For this flight test, but there
I feel like he definitely just said they're not gonna launch tonight.
Inside the Orion spacecraft, as we
right.
fly around the moon,
I don't give a fuck about this. I'm gonna go back and see what he just.
Radar back on track to recover that after a pairs. Now, the hydrogen bleed for the engines was reestablished, and it looks like the team is back on track to recover that after a stop flow halted the bleed. They are required to bleed that liquid hydrogen through the RS-25 engines for 90 minutes, but they're picking up where they left off, and that appears to be on track. In the meantime, we've had an update from the range. And the range has informed the NASA Tech's director that currently at the moment, if we were to launch now, they are no-go due to the loss of signal on a radar site. That's currently being worked right now. Again, the range advising the NASA test director that they are no-go. The range is not clear for launch until they remedy that issue on their.
All right, so we've got an hour till launch, and they don't have fucking radar working.
When they're in the suit, in the seat, it is a true cocoon of protection for them.
Good enough for government work, if you know what I mean. Good enough for government work.
Be instrumented with accelerometers.
Sensors that tell us how much the chair is shaking during launch and re-entry, and how many G-forces or gravitational forces it experiences.
We expect Commander Munikin Campos to have a very exciting ride on his way to orbit. The thrill of launch, the experience of weightlessness, the excitement of landing. What we learn on Artemis 1 with our mannequins assistants will help us better understand how a human will actually behave in the seat, both for landing and for launch, to allow us to ensure their safety.
In addition to the Munikin, we'll have 2 seats that have basically what's like a human dummy, an upper torso that are detecting how much radiation they're experiencing.
It's called the Matryoshka Astrorad Radiation Experiment, MARE. MARE is an international collaboration with German Aerospace Center, DLR, and with Israel Space Agency. The MARE experiment consists of 2 anthropomorphic phantoms called Helga and Zohar that are simulating a female body in a space radiation environment.
One of those will be wearing a safety vest.
The Astrorad radiation vest.
Oh, he's back.
We hope will help protect our astronauts.
We need to see a react. No.
One of the 2 phantoms will be equipped.
Are we reacting to everything now? Or are we just doing react videos? Is that like?
So between the
I hate react videos. I hate reacting. Like what I'm doing right now, I'm doing it because I hate it.
Of high energy heavy charge particles that
right.
originate from the sun. To
Here we
put
go.
things in perspective, 1 year of Earth exposure
That was good, right?
to
You didn't even
cosmic
see that?
rays is equivalent with 1 day of space radiation exposure in deep space. The purpose
Right.
of the MARA experiment is to learn more about the radiation exposure as well as the biological effect.
Let's get hyped. With some doctor.
Yeah, I'm uninstalling the game right now, actually.
Get him out of here!
Holy shit, it's Dr. Disrespect.
Mute it.
Tim.
Mute them all.
God damn
Fucking
it, Tim.
all of them.
He's middle. Tim, make sure you kill him on the. Bomb planted. Set a perimeter.
He's inside, Timmy. Get
here! Me, you, Tim. Me, you, Tim. God damn it, Tim.
Timmy!
Tim, I love you.
Timmy Tender's out here. We're reacting. Hey, welcome to my channel, guys. It's called Kyle Reacts. What do I do? I react.
The real Tim?
Yeah, it's actually him. I was watching this stream. It caught me off guard.
Way better. Are you serious? Way better. Look at the leaderboard.
Yeah, way better.
Way
better. Way. You're in this shit way better. What are you laughing at? Like, yeah, right. I'm way better than you.
Champs, please trickle on in. Today we're not wasting any time. Modern Warfare 2, one of the worst Call of Duties I've ever played, has got me somewhat hooked. Weird. It's somehow got me hooked in. And today we're picking up the controller and we're getting dialed in.
I feel like this is a better angle for me. It's my camera. If I was streaming, I feel like this is a good angle.
Stupid, man. Allow me to fire when I'm sliding. Holy shit.
About to get like a let's go. Oh, he's going press fine. Okay. I'm going for that trick shot.
Folks, we just had we had a level 2 chat rate. We just spiked with 2 viewers. We just spiked with.
How about nade first kill?
Oh, cool.
Oh, you're lucky!
Kill him!
How do I not hear you? Not that I hear you! Dude, what happened to my weapon? What am I dying from?
That's a bold strategy, hey guys.
You know, it's no skill to snipe in this game. How do I not hear that? Is something wrong? This guy laying down? Is he laying down? Audio. audio sucks in this game. How do I not hear this guy? Get a life. What? Go get a life. No. Ah! That's all I can handle.
I'm gonna install the game.
That's it.
You out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm uninstalling the game right now, actually.
I'm uninstalling it.
Doc, I thought we had all night.
It was like 3 days you lasted. Yeah, no bullshit. You lasted longer than I thought. It was like 3 streams, right?
Yeah. That was I'm good.
I mean, it's just the way it is, man. You know?
No. You know what I'm gonna react to? This is not what I was expecting to show up when I searched at this. We're gonna go back to the launch.
A nod to Matthias, who is
Look at
a
this.
German astronaut, so that's what we gave her a German name. And
This is what your fucking taxpayer dollars are going to. All right, we're gonna go back to this. Let's talk about that.
I
Okay.
was about to ask. I was like, wait, why?
Your
is
money
German for peacock,
is paying for that little fucking fuzzy ass turtle, and I bet you whoever made that turtle charged like $98.
So we had turtle, we have
Government
Snoopy
contracting.
here. Why is it always toys?
Why is it always toys?
I think the tradition goes back to crews
fucking
taking
hypnotize
stuffed animals
kids.
from their children and sometimes flying the stuffed animals of their kids.
Do it for the doc.
That still happens to this
You
day
wanna-
when a cruise selects a zero-G indicator, but they're convenient.
Do you wanna see a
because they're
doc
nice
impression?
And soft.
I was
So
just
if you're
gonna
gonna allow
say.
something to bounce around in the capsule, you want to make sure.
Do you want
that
me
it
to
won't
do a
hurt
doc
the crew
impression
or
right
any of
now?
the equipment.
And they're cute. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
who doesn't want a
Makes you
mascot?
smile.
All
Yeah.
right.
Absolutely.
Well, NASA's workforce has changed over the last 50 years. For Artemis 1 today, women make up 30% of the launch team. But when we first stepped on the moon with Apollo 11 in 1969, take a look at this picture here. You see this woman highlighted near the center there? That's going to be Joanne Morgan, and she was the only woman in the
Now you're
firing
probably
room. She now
wondering,
has a
where's
special
the rest
message
of the
for
outfit?
Artemis generation.
I looked up and it was just kind of a little bit too far away, so
excited for Artemis 1.
that's all I
This
got.
flight test will bring new knowledge to people on Earth, and I'm thrilled to see such a diverse team at the LCC.
You don't want to see what you don't want to see. Yeah, you see that?
Today than when I was on console for Apollo 11. I was totally focused on doing my job and never thought about being the only woman in the room. Today, women at NASA are center directors and launch and flight directors and have
Yeah, you see that
substantial
fucking
roles
trippy
in
ass shit that I
engineering,
just did?
science, and technical areas. This is so important for a new generation. The
Look at that
Artemis
mask,
generation,
pussy.
To see how individuals
Oh,
are
sorry,
leaders
can't-
and contributors to the mission.
That's why the
And for
algorithm's
youth
not
across
helping me.
America and the planet to see this as well. After 50 years, it is gratifying to see this change, and I can't wait to see what you all accomplish together. New century, new generation, new mission to the moon and beyond. Godspeed, Artemis team and Artemis 1.
I think it's so great that we know she's following along and interested in this mission too.
Yeah, she's
so awesome
definitely
to see
following
the women
along
who've
and
come before us
interested
at
in this
NASA
mission.
and paved the way for a much more
100%.
diverse
Yeah.
team to
She's
contribute
really
to these
fucking
amazing
interested.
missions.
She definitely
And
didn't just
speaking of
read a
women-
literal speech that she didn't even write.
For a naval officer and a member
And
of
you know what's
the
crazy is we know that she,
community. How amazing is that?
53
And what would
minutes.
you say as
53
you look at
minutes
these
until,
pictures? What would you
let's
say
sum it up,
to
folks.
the
Let's sum it back up
young
for
girls
those of you
that
who just joined the
say,
stream.
"Hey, I might want to join a predominantly
They
male
still have said
You know,
that
we're just really
they
lucky to be in the
don't
right place at the right time.
know
This
if
is
we're
the
going to
Naval
be able to
Academy when they announced
do
they
the
were gonna
launch
change policy and
because
allow
there's
us to serve
apparently a
over 70.
radar
But even
and it's
before
not
that
working.
happened, I knew that I was passionate about serving in that role, and I was
We've
passionate
got
about it. So I think
53
allowing
minutes
me
to
to
lock this shit in.
really
Let's check
examine
the
what your
download.
passions
What are we
and
at?
be brave enough to dream that you could actually do those things. I had awesome mentors who encouraged me along the way and told me never close a door on yourself. You know, you always want to put yourself.
So let's
in
just
the
keep
roles you're
watching
most
this,
passionate
but like,
about. Especially if you're going to challenge yourself. Doing something you love that's hard is so much better than doing something that you're not as well
fuck.
suited to. So I was just lucky.
Just fuck. Just there. That's good. Logic's talking, but she's also. No, I can't even do. I can't even believe I just cut that out, Alex. Blur that out. I can't. Ugh, no.
Opening of the 2-hour window for Artemis 1 today. Once it soars off the launch pad, our colleagues over in Houston
She
will
can
take
get it.
over. Leah, how are things looking in mission control?
No cap. She can get it. She can get it. She can get it. No audio. Here's the people launching rockets for you, folks. You can literally see herself sucking.
Hey Megan, I'm here now, and
oh wow!
Us again here in the White Flight Control Room here at
I'm reacting.
Center. So you might be wondering why Johnson Space Center will control the flight of Orion after liftoff launching at Kennedy Space Center, and that's all about how our flight control centers are designed. Launch control is at Kennedy, while mission control is in Houston, and we also have the SLS Engineering Support Center at NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center. Ever since the Gemini 4 mission in 1965, all flights have been commanded from Houston after launch, so we have the infrastructure and the experience here at Johnson Space Center to work through long-duration missions with, or in this case, without crew. Additionally, launches must be conducted over water rather than over populated areas, which makes Kennedy Space Center a prime location. Again, we're ready to jump into action once SLS takes flight, and this room will be staffed around the clock until Orion splashes down at the end of the mission. We're excited to continue that work today with Artemis 1 and throughout the Artemis program. But for now,
hey,
I'll turn
Matt.
it back over to you, Megan and Kayla.
What's up?
Is this Farty Marty? Matt?
What's that?
Yo, Matt, check this out. Check this link, bro. Peep the link in the chat. Peep the link in the chat. I'm reacting to the moon launch. And I'm gonna need you. Yes, get into this link. Get in there. Yeah. I'm gonna need you to like, subscribe, and throw a comment down there for the algorithm there, bud. Also, welcome to my YouTube channel. What do you think?
Thanks.
I'm gonna need you to hit like, subscribe, and then put something in the chat. Be like, butt stuff. Because right now, you're part of the growth of one of the greatest channels.
6'8" gaming great.
Dude, I am the 6'8" gaming great. We're up to 2 likes. We're up to 2 likes. Yes.
Yeah, you got 3.
Oh, really? 3? Ooh, dude, I bet you I can like my own video, too. That's what we're talking about.
Where was the NASA moon launch?
Oh, dude, are you not watching my stream, bro? This is live. This is live right now, folks. Yeah.
Okay.
So, it's in Florida. Let me sum it up for you, because I'm reacting. I'm also covering it. It's in Florida, okay? Scheduled for 49 minutes. There's a 2-hour launch window. This is the 3rd time they've tried. They've failed every time for some dumb reason. And literally, they just interviewed a guy, and the guy said that, and by the way, it's just only strong women. Hold on here. I gotta just, can't even handle this girl's face. Just gotta cover it up. Point is, just listening to her talk too. Oh, God. Point is, they just said that apparently the bridge said the radio wasn't working or the radar wasn't working, so they're probably not even going to be able to launch on time here. And they've got 2 hours, and I don't think this launch is happening, Matt. What do you think? I'm going to need you to chime in for my viewers, which is you. You're the only viewer.
I think they're going to pull through.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the energy we need on this fucking live stream, folks. All right, I'm going to hop off.
Optimistic.
I've got 39 gigs left. Are you going up to the cabin this weekend?
I don't know yet. I don't think so.
All right, I'll be up there. Like, subscribe, and bump for YouTube. Bye.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're locked into another game of Zombie Game. We're going to go play Zombie Game. Look at this. Look at this. It's all programming. It's all programming, folks. Let me tell you. We're up to 5 views in the chat. Who's in the chat right now? How many people I got? This is amazing. This is amazing.
you like to see a moon rocket? Because it is the future of our country, and indeed the future of the world. And we saw what our space program does for science and technology and engineering and mathematics. We saw that in the Apollo generation.
All right, guys, what do you think? What I hope to achieve today is inspiring a new generation. I mean, the more people that we can get to see up close and personal this rocket, it's awe-inspiring. And I cannot wait till the launch. When America sees our rocket actually launch on a test flight to the moon, you know, it's just going to spark a whole new push for what we are doing.
Best day of my whole life ever. It's going to be incredible. It was a dream come true.
This rocket is definitely going to the moon.
I think it's really
These kids are plants. They're all plants, damn it. They're all plants, every single one of them.
Now we have the Artemis generation. This is a new generation of us going back to the moon to learn and live, and then we're going to Mars.
Let's show something a little bit better for you guys. This is all bullshit. This is
cute. Their faces. It was amazing.
I'm gonna we're gonna throw it down right now in a quick game of Shred Sauce, folks. This game, it really locks in what skill is.
Stacked on its end like that is just amazing. So I almost relived my first time in the VAB through
Shut up! I don't care. I'm gonna cover your face. Watch this. I'm gonna drop in real quick here. Sick ass audio. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Hands shot up. They just have questions, and then sometimes I don't really know the answer. And they're
Watch
like,
this. Ready? Ready? Watch.
Oh my God, they know so much, and they're so interested in it. I mean, again, this is why we're doing this. This is part of the inspiring the next generation.
Absolutely. Whenever I get a chance to interact with kids, any age, all the way from elementary school up through college,
Not that good.
The human spaceflight program, and Artemis in particular, I think really captures people's imagination and gets them interested in everything it takes to do something so daring and so complicated.
Yeah. And actually, before we move on, an interesting note about the opening music in that video, it's an original composition called the Artemis Generation.
Oh, you hear that? It's wow. Thanks. Thanks, middle school band from. Watch that. Look at. Oh. All right. What are you guys more interested in? Me playing this game of Shred Sauce, or this shitty ass news anchor that's slightly good?
Out of our moon pod window just before it was time to exit. My cousin and I had been working for years to get here.
I just raged, boys. I just fucking raged.
Consisted of a botanist, an engineer, a doctor, and me, an astrobiologist. We've been picked because of how well we got along together, with our complementary STEM backgrounds and our naturally upbeat personalities. Houston,
Look, it's Ludwig.
World War III level news because a
Ludwig.
Russian-made rocket blew up in Poland and killed
Yeah.
people. Which
That happened. Sell your subscriptions to YouTube. So let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe.
Our purpose was to set up a moon habitat containing the 4 things needed to keep a crew safe: oxygen and clean water, a waste disposal system, the veggie project for food, and a protective outside shell made of regolith and mycelium.
This is a sweet look.
We will build it over the next week, and it will be used by other astronauts for years to come.
There's like 65,000 people watching. Actually, there's like 100,000 people watching this shit right now, and they've got this like kids fucking dog shit ass. 124,000 people watching this shit, and I get fucking high school level bullshit production.
So that was beautifully written by Taya Sauer of
Dog shit.
California, and she was one of 3 essay winners. The 2 others were Austin Pritz of Walker,
Why am I?
Indiana, and Amanda.
You guys have any idea how many hours I put into the stream? This is for you guys. I don't want to watch this, but I'm doing it for you. So like and subscribe. I only have like 12 subscribers, so chances are my only viewer is one of you. So tell a friend.
Live at right outside of Kennedy Space Center's visitor complex.
I'm not
We have,
PC,
plenty of bleachers set out to accommodate
and
everybody.
I'm not
A lot of guests
a
that are
strong,
hoping to see,
independent
the
woman.
launch today. So why don't we go in there and check back
So
in
the
with
algorithm will
Vanessa's
not
team.
assist with me.
Hi, Megan. Yeah, this place is filling up. You can feel the excitement. People
Guys,
cheering,
look,
people
guess
sharing
what?
stories, people
Guess
talking.
what? We got 2 more fucking women to interview. Shocker! Just like we did earlier.
Generation. We have 2 students who were actually able to come down and visit at Kennedy Space Center to watch
Where am I?
the launch live tonight.
What if I said I want to get interviewed?
And Allison, how does it feel to be here tonight?
Really, I was just, when I first found out, I was really nervous. I didn't really know what to expect. Like, we really just looked at each other and we kind of screamed.
This is the reacting, right?
Excitement.
Wow, we screamed. Cause
honestly, it was like amazing. It was surreal. Like that we have this opportunity out of so many people who applied for this.
yeah,
It was like outstanding.
to come sit here and watch the rocket probably not take off.
I think it was the shuttle experience. Like
Yeah.
How it is when the rocket ship goes on up with people.
Yeah,
in
when it goes
was
up.
Honestly, really fun doing it.
Yeah,
and
when the
how
rocket.
they feel at the
Do you hear this shit? Kirby, don't watch this. It's garbage.
Well, really, I don't really know what to expect because I've never really done this before, but I feel like it would really be outstanding. I don't really know, like, I'm really excited to be here, and I just, it's amazing, like.
It is amazing, and I don't think you're going to be the only one shedding tears tonight. Megan, we're super excited, eyes on Artemis, and we're ready to see the launch.
Thanks so much, guys. Now, Kayla, are you ready for more questions from social media? We're getting them in.
Always.
All right, let's take a look at the screen now. We have another celebrity question. Hey.
Oh, we're up to 2 viewers, folks. We're reacting. We're reacting. And let me tell. Oh, fuck. Oh, what? Oh, shit. Matt never left. Let's go, Matt. Let me tell you what happened. Drew. They interviewed 2 more fucking women. And no me's. Not about me. About me. And her. She won't shut up. The rocket's probably not going to launch, folks. You can tune back. I'll have a VOD up tomorrow. Skip right to the end, because the second this bitch goes, we're cutting it out. Now, here's what you need to realize. They have interviewed students 4 times since I've watched this. They have interviewed 8 students. Every single student they have interviewed has been a girl.
You know, my journey was a little bit different than some of
Not
my colleagues.
not any guys.
Dreaming of becoming an astronaut. I don't know what
Yeah,
the barrier
it's
was
fine.
there. I was aware of and inspired by the
It's
space
fine.
program.
This isn't a moon launch. This is the Strong Women campaign. This is bullshit.
I think that operational experience that's so similar to what we do in the space program. If you think about it, we're sending humans to live, work, and do something of importance in a place where people aren't supposed to be, the depths of the ocean or the vacuum of
sweet.
space.
I'll
And
give
so
you
I
that.
think those experiences gave me the confidence to even dream that I could become an astronaut.
Yes.
And then inspired me to apply in the first place.
Oh.
Does this assure you again, like being in a place where, yeah, we're not supposed to be a confined space at that?
Yeah, I think those
You see,
parallels.
do you see the loaded question she just asked?
After serving on my
She's-
submarine,
you
Kay
see-
Heyer, who's also a Naval Academy graduate, class of 1981,
Fine.
and hearing about her experiences working on the space station really made me click. All of a sudden, I said, the space station's a submarine in space.
Yes.
And it sounds silly, but I had never made that connection before. And once
And
I did,
strong
I just couldn't stop
women.
dreaming about it.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that your story isn't, the typical one, as you said. Okay, I think we have time for
What's
one more question.
the typical story?
Is Snoopy ready and excited?
Of course. I
What-
think like
what-
any crew member, Snoopy's been training for this moment. He knows what to expect in a nominal and an off-nominal.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is
actions
bullshit.
expected of him. So like any
They need to interview
he's ready to go.
at least
He has
one
this
kid.
suit that's been tailored to
I
him,
need
that's
one, like,
especially made for him, the way that the astronaut
nerdy-
suits are especially
nerdy
made
kid.
for them. So yeah, I think he's ready.
Yeah. Seeing the moon up close, he's ready to go.
So keep those questions coming. Use that hashtag Artemis and tweet or drop them in the comments wherever you're watching this broadcast. And don't forget those NASA moon snaps. Hashtag NASA moon snap.
I'm watching the moon launch.
Content. Okay, we are now 37 minutes from the opening of our 2-hour
37
launch
minutes,
today.
there will be a 2-hour launch window for there to be a moon launch.
Yeah, we've had a couple of issues that the launch team has been working, and we have an update on both of those. First of all, is the leak, the liquid hydrogen leak in the replenish valve out at the mobile launcher. We understand from the launch team that that leak has not recurred. The work that happened out at the pad is that the red crew and the work that they did out there remedied the leak. That's good news. And now the liquid hydrogen tank on the core stage is back in replenish.
I said you can watch me react to it on YouTube.
The upper stage of the rocket, liquid hydrogen side, is in fast fill. You can see from the graphic there that we are back up to 100% over on the liquid hydrogen side on the right hand of the screen. On the left hand of the screen, you can see we have been in stable replenish for liquid oxygen. Now, with regards to the range, they reported that they had an issue to the NASA test director with their radar sight. Later found out that that was actually a bad Ethernet switch that was cutting out and not providing them the data. The range reported that they will swap out that bad switch, and they're currently working on that. They advised at the time, about a half hour ago, that it would take them about 70 minutes, or about 25 minutes into that work. They did just recently update the NASA test director to say that it's going to take them a little bit longer because they're going to need to re-verify this Ethernet equipment once they have it installed. Again, that work is ongoing, but at the moment, if we were launching right now, the range is no-go as a result of that bad Ethernet switch. The Dolly-Loo file, which helps steer the Space Launch System through the upper atmosphere, has been uploaded to the rocket, and so we're good to go there in terms of other configurations that are ongoing. But we are continuing to monitor communications of the launch team about holding to the top of the window.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back to the reacting video. We are live, folks. We're 51 minutes into the stream, 35 minutes away from a potential launch.
Is going to be able to make enough adjustments in order to hit the top of that window. No slip yet, but we're monitoring their work, and we'll give you an update when we have it. Back to you, Megan.
Okay, did they say anything about
that leak? Kayla and I actually said, "Wow, that's really great news."
Wow,
so
that's.
We'll wait on your next update.
All right, here's me reacting again.
To Kennedy Space Center's visitor complex, where we have NASA's Dan Hewitt inside there with a moon board. Dan, let's focus in on Orion now. It has 3 main elements, right?
That's right.
Let's learn about science, folks.
Orion is the spacecraft that's going to be carrying our Artemis astronauts off of planet Earth and then returning them home. As you said, 3 major components, so we'll jump in here at the top with the first one, the launch
is the dildo
system.
part of
this is a critical
the
safety
vehicle.
feature on Orion, designed to pull the capsule away
Goes
from the
up.
SLS stack in the event of an emergency on the pad or the way uphill.
And
it does that using 3 solid rocket motors. The first one, the abort motor, can fire within milliseconds of automatically detecting and pulling the capsule away to a safe distance. After that, the attitude adjustment motor.
Folks,
this one will
let me know where
fire.
you're watching
You
from.
can cancel out
Like,
any rates,
subscribe,
put us into a nice,
drop in
stable
the
glide
chat.
before we get ready to fire the jettison motor. This is the one that will actually take the launch abort system off of Orion, allowing it to then deploy parachutes and parachute down to safety. I will note the jettison motor, the only one that fires no matter what on a normal mission. It's going to fire once we're high enough in the atmosphere. And for Artemis 1, that is the only motor on this that is active. The attitude and abort motors are inert for Artemis 1. And that's all focused on protecting this, the Orion crew module. This is where you have your astronauts physically inside. In the capsule, you have everything you need to keep a crew safe, happy, healthy, thriving in deep space. You have a pressurized environment, seats, crew displays, toilet, everything that you need. On the outside, couple of critical features. On the bottom, the heat shield. Remember, this is goal number 1 for this mission, is testing that heat shield. It's an ablative structure made to survive that fiery reentry at the end of a mission. Along the outside, you see these small gray circles. Those are reaction control system thrusters.
Folks,
Orion can use that at the very end to control the yaw.
it's gonna
pitch and roll as
thrust.
it's
Look at
hurtling
that.
through the
Yaw,
atmosphere.
pitch, roll. Do
We
you
have
guys know what
windows.
that means?
Windows
So
to
the
look
first
outside. Two in
one
the
is
front,
how
two
far
on the
it
sides, one
stretches.
on the
The
side hatch,
second
one on
one
top, and
is
the
how
very top
deep
docking
it
hatch. Those are different
penetrates.
layers of
And the
glass
third
and
one
acrylics for
is
pressure
how
and
you can
thermal
actually
control. We have a
twist
docking system,
while
operating
operating
system,
the machine.
parachutes, all for the very end of the mission. Third and final piece, down here at the bottom, the European Service Module. This has all of the propulsion assets for after SLS is done.
It's from
job.
Europe.
Starting on the bottom, the large orbital maneuvering system engine. This is the one that's providing the most thrust for all of those key maneuvers around the moon. 8 auxiliary thrusters also around the aft to the bottom part of the service module to provide some additional push as well.
Specified
And then
that time.
24 of these smaller reaction control system thrusters. They can be used for
It's a lot.
attitude control, which way you're pointing.
That
as
way
well
when
as
like
small
3 of them break
translational
because it was
maneuvers
made
moving side to side.
recently.
We flip the vehicle up. We see 4 solar arrays, each one 24 feet in length, altogether generating 11 kilowatts of electrical power for Orion systems. Inside the service module, you have tanks for things like the thermal control system, potable water when we have a crew on board, and also pressurized oxygen and nitrogen for an atmosphere, which gets fed through this umbilical here to the crew module along with electrical lines. That's also what's going to separate us at the very end of the mission.
Incredible,
so
folks.
Orion is going to be making
Incredible.
its first flight around the moon on Artemis
Wow.
1. Can't wait to see it, taking those selfies around our lunar neighbor. Send it back over to you, Megan.
Thanks,
Megan,
Dan.
what do you think here?
That last component Dan talked about, the European Service Module provided by the European Space Agency. Let's go to Jasmine for that.
Thank you, Megan. We are back in Firing Room 2 with the Launch Control
Matt,
Center.
are you
And
watching
joining
my
us now
stream
is
still?
Philippe Delou, ESA's program
Yeah.
manager for the
Hell
Orion
yeah.
European
Let's go.
Service
I got
Module.
2 viewers.
Title
Erlich
is
Bachman, get into this
for his
chat.
job, I'm sure. We are very glad to have you here, and we understand that the European Service Module is powering Orion that's going to send humanity
Ladies and
farther
gentlemen,
than ever before.
we're
Philippe,
up to
how is it
2
getting
here.
us there?
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, everyone. So yes, the service module accommodates the propulsion system that contains among the tanks and the pressurization of the system the engine, all the engines, 33 engines in total, among which the main engine, which is going to perform the burns to put Orion into the moon orbit and then back on the trajectory to return to Earth. The other engines are used for attitude correction during, attitude control and trajectory correction during the travel to the moon. In addition to the propulsion system, the service module generates the power and distributes the electricity to the crew module and the service module.
Dude, this
equipment
game's
so
dog
that
shit.
they can operate. And the third function is the thermal control of the system. The service module accommodates radiators to reject the heat that is produced by all the equipment and the crew that will eventually be in the Orion. Finally, not on Artemis 1, but on future Artemis mission, it will have tanks to store the crew consumable, the water, the oxygen, and the nitrogen.
Right. So we understand, too, that you are monitoring launch here in Firing Room 2 with us. And you also have a team. We're going to bring up a picture of that team right now, or a live look inside ESA's control room in the Netherlands. So can you tell us, what is your team working on today?
Yes. Well, the ESA team is not only back in the Netherlands. It's one aspect, but we have also a significant team in the control room in Johnson, in the Mer control room. And their role is to monitor the telemetry from the service module to make sure that all parameters are within the nominal behavior, that the operations are performed also nominally, and to identify if something goes wrong, if something goes not nominal. And if something not nominal is identified, then they will have
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, folks. Folks, we lost the whole thing. The whole stream just went down. All it took was us to play the Top G theme song, and the stream just went down, folks.
Together with the prime contractor, we have selected the finest
Folks,
companies available in Europe.
we just broke the goddamn stream, ladies and gentlemen. We just fucking broke it. We just broke the entire stream. Everything just crashed. Andrew Tate just flew in, driving in his Bugatti, smoking his cigar. Fuck. Yeah.
Now it's time to check back in with Mission
They call me
Control.
Top G, rolling in my Bugatti. Look at me, smoking my cigar, G. Where's your Bugatti?
Things are good over here
Here
at
we- here we-
Johnson Space Center, which is just one part of an
We're up to
agency-wide
2 chat,
effort
2
with
viewers.
many NASA
Like,
programs
subscribe,
doing their
hit
part
that
to make
fucking
future
like
missions a
button,
reality.
folks. We
The
are
first woman and first
cruising with this stream. This is the most views we have ever had.
entry spacesuit called the
Why are
Orion
they wearing
Crew
masks?
Survival System.
They're all going to
This
be
episode
on a
will be in
fucking...
another all-new next-gen suit, both being developed at the Johnson Space Center and through partnerships with commercial providers. During those spacewalks, astronauts will collect samples for further study of the moon. The Astromaterials Research and Exploration Science Division at JSC is preparing to receive
They're literally
rocks, soil, and ice collected from the moon's
going
South
to
Pole,
be
which has a unique crater impact history and ice deposits that have
surrounded
never
by
been
each
sampled.
other
And leading the effort to
for the
advance
next,
capabilities
like,
for science exploration and commercial development of
however
the moon
long
is
they're on the
Commercial
fucking
Lunar
moon.
Payload Services
Oh,
Initiative, or
yes.
CLIPS. More than a dozen American companies are developing science investigations and tech demos. Additionally, we need a sustainable presence.
Who the fuck is Dr. Randolph Bindahagen?
Home base or a jumping off point for new deep space exploration missions. This is where Gateway comes in. It's a multi-purpose lunar space
Oh,
station
dude,
being
dude.
developed by a
Ladies and gentlemen,
led out of JSC. NASA is again teaming up
we're
with
dropping
international
in
and
right
national
now
partners to create this essential
dual
Our
reactions.
enable NASA's human
We're getting
research
Gattaca on the line. We're going to see what Gattaca's reaction is, because that's what we're all about. We're up to 3 concurrent viewers on the stream, folks. Drew, what do you got to say? How are you going to contribute to this sick reaction video? And look, more strong, independent women. What do you got to say about that?
So to tell us
I just got back.
we have
I-
Sarah Noble here. She's
I
the
heard a
Artemis
rumor that
Lunar
the
Science
moon
Lead. Great to have you here.
was hollow. That's
tell
what
us
someone
about
told me
what we
before.
know about the
So
moon.
here's what we're doing,
we
folks.
learned
We're
a ton
reacting.
about the moon
That's what
during
people do
Apollo,
today.
right, from the
So here I'm
samples and
gonna
the data
I'm gonna
that
hit
we
you with some
collected. In
quick
fact, we're still learning from those
quick
samples and data
reactions.
even today, 50 years later. But then since Apollo, we've actually been studying the moon mostly from above, learning about getting more of a
Hold on,
global
let me take up the
perspective
whole-
on the moon that we really didn't have during Apollo. And so that's allowed us to ask a lot better questions and to understand where to go to find the answers to them.
Now that we're headed back
So that'll
to
be like the
moon,
thumbnail?
studying human beings as part of the Artemis program, what are we hoping to learn that's new?
Yeah, so we're
Look,
going to
so we
an
brought
entirely
another
different
strong,
part of the
independent
moon for
woman
Artemis.
onto
During
our
Apollo,
chat,
we kind of
folks.
landed almost in the same place, like 6 times. Right
Incredible.
In the central near side of the moon. But for
Brought
Artemis,
another
we're gonna
one,
go
got
explore
him in
a
this
new part
chat.
of the moon. We're gonna go to the
She's
South
gonna
Pole,
explain that
which is some
we're
of
gonna go to the
oldest,
dark side of the
rocks
moon.
on the moon. It's
The
part
dark,
of the original crust
the
of the moon.
darkest
And
side.
there's places there that are
Rodolfo,
permanently shadowed.
Rodolfo,
We're
Dr.
hoping for water
Rodolfo
and other molecules,
Bindahagen.
sort of get
I'm gonna need to turn you up
trapped,
on your.
and we really wanna
Where's your
understand
volume?
what those
Drew, give me a
are
check,
and
check.
so
Give me a
we
check,
can
check, check,
use it
check.
for both science and for the research.
We're going to the
Sarah,
dark
My
side of the
CEO
moon.
today
rover
told
at
some
the
people
South
that
Pole
if
of
they
the moon
needed
in
any cocaine or
2024. Can
heroin,
you tell
my
us about
company
that?
sold it.
Yeah, absolutely. The
So
Viper rover, the volatiles
Is that true?
investigating polar exploration
I don't think
rover,
so, but it
is
wouldn't
gonna go
surprise
near
me.
the South Pole, and it's actually going to explore some of these
If we
permanently
sold it to
shadowed
people
areas.
who
It's
sold
gonna dip
it.
into them, drill down, try to find out what that
In
water is, what else
legal
is there, what
ways.
form that water is, how much is
With
there,
that being
so
said,
that we can
folks,
really understand it both from a
look
science
at that
perspective
rock.
and if we want to use it
And I'm
for
not
research
talking
to
about the
understand
white
how
rocks.
to-
I'm
how to
talking about
extract it.
moon
So some
rocks,
people might say,
baby.
we have all these
Why are
records,
you
we have
saying my
access
name?
to
His name
machines that
is
can do a
Dr.
lot of the work on the surface
Randolfo
of the moon for us. So
Bindahagen.
why is it important to return
Randolpho
humans to the moon?
Bindahagen.
It's not an either-or
What's wrong
proposition,
with
right?
you?
There are some things that robots
What do you mean what's
have,
wrong
and
with
some
me?
things that humans
I'm
are bad at.
reacting,
It turns
bro.
out that humans are much better field geologists. We're really
I'm-
much more efficient
I'm reacting.
and better at that. Plus, we can
With
do
Randolfo
better.
Bindahagen. We're up to 13
deploy
views,
more
folks. This is the
complicated
most
instruments,
views we've
and we
ever
can use
had in a
tools in
stream.
ways that it's very difficult for
The
robots to
most
do, so
views
we
we've
can
ever had in a
collect
stream.
better
Drew,
samples.
I can't have
And
you
one of the
getting on my stream to contribute. If you're not gonna say, I need you to react. Say stuff. What are you reacting?
I've been reacting, but I'm trying to watch your stream, but it's a 15-second delay.
Dude, fuck. No, it's on time. It's just YouTube because YouTube sucks.
And that's a lot of brain power.
Look.
I'm gonna put on the actual stream.
No, look. Whoa! Dude, watch my stream, Drew. Watch what's about to happen.
So in honor of our destination,
Oh, that's such a trip, Drew. Watch my stream. Watch right now.
Share them with us using the hashtag NASA MoonSnap.
Oh my God.
Submissions, so why don't we check them out now?
Yeah, well, all we're seeing is the tip right now.
Dude, I moved OBS onto the screen. Okay, hold on here. Alright, we are a little bit behind here.
Oh, we are way behind.
Hold on, let me...
Linda Hagen is not happy with you, though, is to say the least.
Dude, no, let me tell you about Dr. Windahagen.
This is trash.
You're trash.
Ooh.
This is Dr. Randolph Windahagen. We're down to 2 viewers on the chat. We've lost one of them. Folks, where is my 3rd viewer? We're up to more viewers than we've ever had in our lives. We're out here locking on... Oh my God, when you go to pick a dab,
that was a really
and it's
cool
already
look at
picked.
all the different kinds of creations, recipes, and also art, and it was great to see
arts and
submitted.
crafts
Yeah, it's awesome to see
and
the
arts.
creativity out there
Folks,
and
we're
how people are
21 minutes away from the launch. That's what I'm talking about.
Create a moon snap, so to say. So why don't you look at that picture?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite pictures of the moon I was able to take from orbit. For me, it kind of reminds me of an iconic picture of moonrise or Earthrise from the moon from Apollo. It's kind of that in reverse. I think there's something about seeing the moon from orbit around the Earth that makes it seem a little bit easier to imagine what it'd be like to have that view from the moon looking back at our home planet.
Yeah, you should definitely submit that because that's an amazing photo. Did you take that
Rudolf Windahagen.
Window aboard the space station.
Wow, the recipe is great.
The recipe have is incredible.
Someone made an account named Kyle Can't Sled.
So I had nothing to submit. So how do you feel about creating a moon snap with me?
Let's do it.
All right, well, take that. If you don't mind.
Oh my God, we're 20 minutes away from the launch!
Perfect. So I just created a moon snap. I love it. I'm going to share it. And again, this is just to encourage people to really get involved in this mission. So we will continue to collect and share those photos. So again, if you have a NASA moon snap, just use that hashtag. Okay, Artemis 1 comes amid a very busy year and exciting here at NASA. Some of the highlights include 2 more commercial crew launches with SpaceX, Crew 4 in April, and then Crew 5 last month. In May, NASA and Boeing flew
Dude, I dropped this in and it did like a quadruple, which was great.
The goal is to certify the capsule for regular flights to the International Space Station after a crewed flight test next year. In July, we released the first images captured by our James Webb telescope.
This is how they made Beat Saber, bro.
Really beautiful, fascinating photos. And
this is literally how they made Beat Saber.
About how and then in September,
ladies and gentlemen, folks, we're locking back in. We're watching the stream. Kyle Can't Sled. You can take a step back and go fuck yourself right in your face there, okay? Right next to Dr. Randolph Windahagen. Ladies and gentlemen, the rocket is going to launch in 20 minutes, but they actually just informed us that it probably won't launch because it's a government job, and the government doesn't know how to do anything without fucking it up. We're up to 3 concurrent viewers. This is the most viewers I've ever had in the chat. Please like, please subscribe. I need the money, guys. Rent is coming slow. What did you do wrong? You're representing Kyle's everywhere terribly, and you're making fun of me, and it hurts my feelings, and you probably are playing Modern Warfare 2, so you signed a thing that said you're not allowed to do that anymore. Is that what they said? Is that what they said? Fuck you! This is a react video, bro. I'm reacting to when we get to this point. Look. Fuck you, Dr. Randolph.
With 21st century materials, technologies, systems, and operations. Gateway will be humanity's first
I'm not
space
gonna
station
lie.
to orbit the moon.
Anytime I
Built
hear
with
someone that sounds like this,
technology,
it
Gateway will
sounds
not only
fake.
provide
It's
a
like
deep
programming.
space outpost for future lunar expeditions,
Ladies and gentlemen,
it
I'm
will
gonna hold
also
my
serve
breath
as a
until this
station for
commercial's done.
wonders,
Ready?
experiments,
1,
and
2,
supplies.
3.
Starting with the core power and habitation elements, Gateway will grow with increasing capability as international partners contribute new habitat and refueling modules, observation windows, external robotics, and more. Gateway will enable longer stays and more science to be conducted on and around the moon than ever before. And one day, it will help set the stage for missions to Mars. A highly skilled, diverse core of astronauts will be selected for Artemis missions, including the first woman and first person of color to step foot on the moon. Aboard Gateway, the crew will conduct exciting research from their unique deep space vantage point. Gateway will also be a transfer station for astronauts to board innovative human landing systems that will ferry them to and from the lunar surface for exciting scientific expeditions to the South Pole. Once on board, Artemis
I couldn't hold my breath long enough. Can we talk about first woman and first person of color? But we're not gonna mention the first person over fucking 6'5", the first person under 5'5", first woman with red hair,
for years to come.
first guy
We're going back
that's
to the moon. We
unqualified. No.
As we approach
Bullshit.
the opening of our 2-hour launch window, we have a special musical performance for you. America the Beautiful, played in honor of the flight test by the Philadelphia Orchestra and Yo-Yo Ma.
Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, fart, turd, and twat. Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, fart, turd, and twat. Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, fart, turd, and twat. Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, fart, turd, and twat. I fucked your mom.
That was probably the best content I've ever fucking had, and I lost all my viewers for it. Disgusted. Absolutely disgusted. Do you have audio at least, Drew? Do you have audio to what I just did?
No, I was listening to you, but it was a 10-second delay.
I played the Blink-182 song where it's just like shit, piss, fuck, cock, cunt, sucker, motherfucker, right as the fucking guy started to play. Oh god.
Oh my god. Alright, killed me. Oh, I'm dead.
Dude, they're playing a pretty banging set right now. They're playing a banging ass set right now. Dude, we got 3 likes. Dude, I don't get it. How is it that I had the most people ever?
Perfect tribute for tonight's launch.
I definitely think those were your boys, because Dr. Rodolfo thinking
Oh yeah, you think Kyle can't sled was my boy, Drew?
Yeah, dude. Because Bacon
President
Agnew
Kamala
looks
Harris
creative.
came down
His
to
YouTube
Kennedy
account
Space
created
Center
today on
and met
November.
with NASA.
Rondolfo. That's gotta be one of those names where if you say it slow or something, it sounds like I'm a wiener.
Piece of the Orion spacecraft
Ron.
will fly on Artemis 3.
So
Right there,
if you go to
which will
Kyle
return
Can't Sled, the
astronauts
channel
to the
was
lunar
made
surface.
Today.
Okay, Kayla.
March 19th,
Time for more social
2020.
questions.
What?
Let's take the first one.
Is
You
when
know
you
now the
started
drill. It's
playing
going to be a
Forza.
celebrity question, so let's take that.
Hey guys, I'm Jack Black, and I'm super excited for the Artemis 1 launch today. I was part of a little movie called
Why is
Apollo
Jack
Head and
Black
Half,
here,
A
bro?
Space Age Childhood, and I have a few burning queries. Question the first. How is Artemis different than Apollo?
Wait, the Artemis 1 launch
Artemis is
isn't
different
going
than
to
Apollo
launch
because
today?
we're returning to the moon, but this time we're going to stay. So
Mm-hmm.
rather than a short visit where we can do
You gotta
some
turn
amazing
up your
science, but it
YouTube
was pretty
video or
limited
your
by these
YouTube volume
short
a little
visits, kind of
bit.
a small area of the moon. We're going to the South Pole, and we're going to learn how to live there long term. So we're going to be building habitats. We're going to have rovers. We're going to have all of this infrastructure on the moon supporting scientific discovery, but also that next big step to Mars.
I love seeing celebrities also take part and ask questions because it really shows that this is something that's captivating a lot of people. So that was really fun to see Jack Black. Also, query the first. That was funny. All right, let's go to the second question. How does it feel in space?
Being in space is amazing. I mean, for us launching to orbit around the Earth and then go to the space station where I just was for 6 months,
Tonight might be
we're
the
in an
last night
apparent
that we can
microgravity
play,
environment. So for us, it
Rebirth.
feels like we're weightless, like we're floating. So you have to relearn
Trying to
how
get
to
a
live and
couple
work in
of
that space. But once you get
final
used to it,
games
it's
of
a lot of fun.
Rebirth then.
Yeah, we were just talking. Jessica Watkins, another NASA astronaut, was just here, and she was saying that actually when you came back on Earth, that was an adjustment as well because you got so used to living on space
26 and a half
Yeah,
gigs
the
left,
transition
folks.
home was actually a lot harder for me than the transition up there because our vestibular systems kind of remap. We start ignoring all the sensors in our inner ear that tell us how our bodies are moving because the space environment is so strange. But we really need that on Earth to balance and control our bodies.
Sure.
So when we get back, it takes a couple of days before we feel comfortable again.
Really interesting. Thanks so much for those. Okay, so we are 10 minutes until the opening of our 2-hour launch window today. So why don't we head back over to Daryl. Daryl, tell us what's happening now.
Yeah, Megan, we actually have about 10 minutes before we go into a half-hour hold. That half-hour hold is part of the L clock, and what you see on your monitor right now, I believe, is the T clock. So in about 10 minutes, we'll hold for a half hour, and currently the launch team is trying to evaluate how much of a delay may result from some issues that we've been facing over the past
This
hour.
is dog shit planning.
We had
This is literal
replenish valve on the mobile launcher that feeds into liquid hydrogen core stage tank. That's been resolved. The leak
clock just stopped running
fixed,
apparently.
and we're moving forward. Currently, the upper stage of the rocket for liquid hydrogen is roughly 78% at the moment. So that is tracking. Progress continues there. The core stage has been topped off, and now both liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen are 100%, along with the upper stage of the liquid hydrogen side of the equation. So we're just waiting on the complete tanking of the upper stage liquid hydrogen. Now, with regards to the range issue that we have, update from the range, the 45th Space Wing officer reporting in to the NASA test director that the Ethernet switch has been replaced. This problematic switch took down their ability to see radar from one of their assets.
A fucking Ethernet switch.
Acquisition and signal for the flight termination system.
Oh, the key feature.
Of course, this is a critical system.
Critical system.
Has to be tested.
Critical fucking system, eh?
Can launch.
What?
So at the moment, we're looking.
Oh no, it's just there's a critical feature and it's a super important part. And you know what was wrong with it? The Ethernet cable needed to be replaced.
It looks like we're going to slip into that window.
At least they figured it out.
Imagine you burned alive, Drew, and the mistake was that the Ethernet plug, Cat 5 was Cat 5 was seized up.
So for the moment,
It's Cat 4.
you see on your clock now, we are in the T-minus 10-minute
No cap
hold.
on God, for
We just
real.
entered that.
They call me Special K.
And now
I rap by the
roughly we're looking at
day.
28
Scott
minutes
can't try to stop me when I'm
to
streaming every day.
resume
Reacting
some
to
of
the Artemis NASA launch. Yo, they call me Squanch. I'm white and I'm tall, but I can't say carte blanche or I'll get canceled. And they're gonna come at me like a rectangle, and they're not gonna be about it. But that's okay, cause I'm about it. I'm going to the top. Mentally, physically, no cop.
Things are obviously still very dynamic.
I run from the cops.
Daryl as much as possible.
Dude, did you just hear that, bro? That's $1 million song right there.
To do that, we spoke to some of the special few who walked on the moon and those who sent them.
They cut the fucking time at 10 minutes.
Dude, this girl's eyes scare me.
Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
They like widen when she closes them. They're like neutral for a second, and then they get wider.
Of our energies and skills.
Can't control it.
It's been 50 years since we've been to the
Still
moon.
jacked up on that
And
mountain
we've got
too.
a great program called Artemis. We're going back.
Hella
The
jacked
Apollo
up on that
program
mountain, dude.
was a test for the American people that you can do what you set out to do. All it took was turning to it and making it happen.
We are go for a mission to the moon at this time. Engines on 5, 4,
76%.
3, 2. All engines running. Launch commit. Liftoff. We have liftoff 49 minutes past the hour.
I think the characteristics that I remember most of the Saturn V was the noise. The noise was enormous, and it was almost
The clock literally is it's stuck.
We're go, train tight, we're go.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I don't wanna fucking stream the rest of this. I wanna go to bed.
Landing to me was a great celebration.
How can I react to the launch and not watch the launch?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta finish it out, bro. I'm here with you. We're both gonna react.
There are so many things that we.
Once again, we're here with It's Gattaca reacting. Check him out in the chat. Check out his channel. A lot of great content coming from this guy. Big up and coming COD player in the scene. A lot of good VODs.
The purple snakes.
Oh no! Wait, no! Fuck! Get out of here! Get off my stream, eh? You gonna get off my stream? That's what I'm saying. Get off my stream, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, I don't know why I just did that.
And I believe Artemis is going to come up and say, look what we are capable of and what we are doing now.
Should I go to the office tomorrow?
No.
Artemis will stand on the shoulders.
You don't have to.
Apollo.
Where's
They're
the
going to have
top
the
down?
eyes of the world on them when they start down this trail.
Are you home right now, Drew?
The science of a space flight is
So you're.
one
for the rest of the week.
What's your update status?
going to the moon generates technology or communication.
Can you play COD right now?
or computer technology,
I am at 76%.
manufacturing
15
that help us
left.
in everyday life.
I've got
We
24
have a
gigs
generation
remaining.
that is ready, a generation with that technology,
No.
a generation with the education. Artemis represents the future in space. It is our next big step, and it is time to take it.
Why does the government care about space again? They didn't give a shit about space like a couple months ago.
If you're just joining us, welcome
I
to
don't know.
NASA's Kennedy Space
I think they
Center,
wanna go
where we
through
are
the
showing
people
you a
actually
live
listen to
look of
the
another
stuff.
visitor center. This is the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. Wow, take a look at all of those
Or to
people
see
who
if
are there
aliens are on the other
hoping to
side.
watch the launch
knows?
today. You know, this is the visitor center for the Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama. That center played a crucial role in
Who knows what they
contributing
wanna
to
do
the
up
Artemis
there?
program. So I'm not surprised.
They
that there
want
are
to
a bunch
fucking
of
see
people there
aliens,
watching.
bro. That's what I think.
All
I
right,
kinda
so now
wonder
we're
what
gonna
they
take
wanna do up there.
go back to Leah
just, like, make
Martin
it another
over
port.
at Banana
Yo,
Crate.
so I'm
Again,
gonna
that's
work
right
on a
outside of the
line
visitor
rider,
center, and she's with some other folks who
and we're
came
gonna
out to
see
watch
if by the
today's launch.
time this
Yeah, you know, Megan,
launches,
we talked about
if I
this
can make a
being America's
better
rocket, right? Every state in the
line
United States
rider
has contributed to this rocket, so it should be no surprise that we have
than
people
this game.
from all over the country joining us here tonight.
you
I'm
have
actually
to play
joined by
Wordle.
some friends of
What?
ours who are joining us from
You gotta play
Georgia
Wordle.
and Utah. What does it
I've
mean
never
to be
played
here tonight
Wordle.
to see tonight's launch?
I think it's amazing. I know that tons of people from all over the United States have
helped build the rockets and
So
are here
fun.
tonight. So it's awesome to know that we all have a little bit of personal ties to the rocket. And go ahead.
No, I'm just excited to be here.
Oh,
because
look,
I've
they
been
got a
fan of
guy to
and
finally
going to the
interview.
moon and back.
Fucking A.
And I'm glad to see it's happening again later in life.
And you were actually telling me a little bit earlier
You're
that
weird,
you grew
dude.
up in the Apollo era in those years following those first launches, and now here, how does it feel to be watching the sister program launch and seeing at the beginning?
Look at the goosebumps. That tells it all right
I've
here.
got goosebumps because it's fucking 1 in the morning and you're cold, you dumb fuck.
Telling me that you have a personal connection to this rocket as well. You know some people who have worked on it.
Oh, I know people who've worked on the rocket. What do they do? They attach the fucking metal.
Something that's the culmination of so many years of hard work.
Yeah, I think it's crazy when you think about how long it takes to build it and stuff. Like, I wasn't even born last time people tried to get to the moon. So it's awesome. I think it's so
Dude,
exciting.
people are so stupid. Holy shit.
And
I'm not saying
we
this
have
girl's
a ton
stupid.
Of people who are working
That'd be
tonight
mean.
still on console. We just want to tell them words of encouragement. What more do you have?
That
to
is what
say?
it sounds like, though,
Oh,
doesn't it?
I hope it goes tonight.
Megan, back to you.
Go Artemis.
I don't know.
Go Artemis! Yeah.
No, I'm being a
just
mean
love these
person.
drone
Now I
shots
feel
that we're showing of
terrible.
all the people who are here, ready, hoping, anticipating launch today. So now let's head back over to Dan. So Dan is in the Apollo Saturn V Center, which is right next to this crowd that you're seeing here. He's inside there, and he's going to tell us more about SLS using an interactive, state-of-the-art tool we're calling the Moonboard.
That's
The
right, Megan,
moon
everybody,
board.
welcome back to the moon board. So just to recap, SLS out on the pad, on the mobile launcher. Daryl's been walking you through all of the tanking, all of the preparation. We had that hydrogen leak that was in the base of the mobile service structure here. That's been remedied. We haven't had any issue with those tail umbilicals that we were tracking so closely back in August and September. So everything looking really good with SLS. Just to recap, most powerful rocket we have ever built. It's propelled by 2 solid rocket boosters and 4 engines on this core stage. Now these solid rocket boosters are going to be firing for the first roughly 2 minutes of the flight, a little more than 2 minutes. And we call them solids because of the type of propellant in there. If you forgot it already, it's aluminum powder, ammonium perchlorate, and polybutadiene acrylonitrile. It's a binding agent that's inside. Solid propellants are extremely stable. They're very reliable, but once you ignite them, they're going to keep burning. You can't really throttle them up and down like you can with liquid-fueled engines. You can throttle just based off of the distribution, so you basically put more propellant in some areas and less in others as you're trying to really throttle the rocket down, which we do as we go through things like max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. And just a reminder, as these things are firing, they can steer, they can gimbal. The bottom part here, gimbal just means you can really direct, and they're providing 90% of the steering as SLS is making the flight uphill, and more than 75% of the thrust with those two firing at the same time. And again, they're attached to this. This is the core stage, 212 feet tall, the largest single stage we've ever constructed. It's been through the green run test, a lot of preparation for this flight today, and it is propelled by these 4 RS-25 engines. Now, these are liquid-fueled rocket engines, so you have a fuel and an oxidizer, and one of the great things about liquid fuel is you can throttle them in real time. You could kind of like the gas in your car. You can go faster or a little bit slower. So these throttle up to 104% of their rated thrust at the time of liftoff. We throttle them down as we go through max use, the maximum amount of pressure on SLS in the way uphill,
ready for this shit?
and then throttle them back up until they've consumed
probably
all
one of the
their
greatest
propellant.
things I've ever
They're
done.
consuming that propellant at more than 1,500 gallons a second. That is just an astronomical amount of fuel that's running through these engines to produce that thrust. Each of these up to 500,000 pounds each during their operation.
Oh shit!
And of all the different components, we've got this engine block section down here. You have all of the associated plumbing, everything to feed those propellants down to these engines. You also have these 2 attachment
I used
points
to like,
here,
I feel
and
like
that's where
know
we
how to
actually tank
do this
the
and make
SLS
it
rocket.
cool.
So a lot of focus on those in the previous attempts. They've cooperated spectacularly so far today, and we've been able to fully tank this core stage. And a reminder, you have a fuel, about 500,000 gallons right here of liquid hydrogen, and then an oxidizer. You need those 2 together, and then an ignition source. That's what gives you your reaction, your thrust, your basically controlled explosion that then comes out of those rocket engines. So fully tanked. These are cryogenic fuels, hundreds of degrees below zero, so we've got a spray-on insulation across the entire vehicle. As it's sitting out there in the Florida air, it's a little bit warm tonight, but we need to keep those hundreds of degrees below zero. It takes a lot of energy to do that, so the less you have to use to keep them cold, the better, which is why we have that insulation. So we're going to be seeing SLS take flight for the first time tonight. As we clear all of those final issues, again, this is going to be one heck of a show when this thing launches into the night sky. So with that, send it back over to you, Megan.
Apparently.
If you're just joining us, welcome to NASA's Kennedy Space Center for a live
There's a 30-minute hold.
Artemis 1. I'm NASA's Megan Cruz, and this is NASA astronaut Kayla Barron. It's been great having you these past 2 hours.
It's been so awesome
this is
to be
really
here for this
stupid.
historic launch tonight.
I don't like this chick, dude. I don't like anyone. I hate fucking everyone, dude. They're all terrible people, and I hope they die.
Working through those issues, so now we're just waiting
Tell
to
me
see
I'm not wrong about this,
Since
the lady on the
we
right,
had been
her eyes,
aiming for
when
the
she
top
stares
of the
into
launch
camera,
window,
they
which
just, like,
opened
get wider and wider until she closes.
does
They have a
open at
neutral
104.
Dude, I know
exactly.
I know exactly what you're talking
Apollo
about,
17
dude.
in 1972
You see
was
this?
the last
Watch.
time humans
And it's
stepped
like she
foot on the
can't
moon.
stop it.
That the rocket you see right there behind us, illuminated in the darkness there, is the first step back towards getting us to the moon. Now,
Why are we all of a sudden trying to go to the moon? There was no reason we wanted to go to the moon
That's the
until,
ground systems here at Kennedy Space Center,
like,
the Space Launch System, or
this
SLS
is a
rocket,
distraction.
and the Orion spacecraft. We will send an uncrewed Orion spacecraft farther beyond the moon than any of the
This
Apollo
is
missions
set up,
before
bro.
it.
This is all
For
set up.
Artemis 2,
It's
Orion
my
will have
opinion.
astronauts on board as it orbits the moon. Then future Artemis
It's all
missions
set
will
up.
send the first woman and first
It's Trump's
person of
fault.
color on the surface of the moon.
Yeah,
So, Kayla, why do we want to go back to the moon?
it's all Trump did it, bro.
Interesting place to study. It can tell us a lot about the Earth, its own formation, but also more about.
Dude,
our
when you
solar
see this
system.
line rider,
We
Drew,
also
you're
wanna
gonna be so
return this time
impressed.
in an international partnership for a permanent presence on the lunar surface that'll teach us everything we need to know to travel onto Mars.
And what about for you? I mean, you have the possibility of maybe being selected for those future missions because
Do
they,
you want to go to
the
the
Artemis
moon?
program
No,
can
I don't want to go to
choose
the
from
fucking
any
moon.
of
I'm a
you
normal.
guys, any of the NASA astronauts.
It's a crazy time to be a NASA astronaut and even imagine that that could be real. I think we're all just honored to be a part of the team that's doing this. We're just a small representation of all of the amazing human beings around the world that it takes to do something as audacious as returning to the moon, learning what we need to go onto Mars. So we're just all excited to support the program.
So apparently they're going to the moon so we can.
To the moon would be incredible.
They can
so
go
I think
so
we're
we
all
can learn
just
about
dreaming
Mars.
About those moonwalks.
Now, since Artemis 1 is setting the stage for those future crewed missions, is there anything in particular about this 26-day mission that you will be watching? Is it re-entry?
Yeah, you know, we've mentioned that a few times throughout the broadcast tonight. The re-entry is a really important part of the flight, of course. And the heat shield, we're interested in seeing how it performs in real life. We've tested it on the ground, but Orion's going to be coming in faster and hotter than any human-rated spacecraft in history. And so we really want to see
Oh, it's
how
going to be
the
coming in
mission
faster and
performs
hotter than
under
any
all the
human-rated
systems
spacecraft.
and keep the crew
That's
safe
fucking
in this
terrible.
dynamic event.
Yeah, we'll all be watching for that too. It's not just about the launch, a 26-day mission, as we said, so we'll be keeping watch over the entire mission. Our workforce now is very different from what it was during the Apollo era. When Apollo 11 launched, there was only one female engineer in the firing room. Today's launch of Artemis 1 is led by NASA's
Oh, a
first-ever
bunch of
female
strong-ass
launch director.
women.
Take a look at how she and other women across
Oh
NASA
my
are
god!
wearing glasses.
Why is this such a fucking talking point, dude?
I wanted to be an astronaut, a scientist, a doctor, a fighter pilot. When I was a little girl, I wanted
What
to grow
about
up to be
what
strong and
about
independent.
strong
We were
men?
asked to draw a
Why
picture
does
of
no
what we
one
wanted
want to
to be when
talk
we grew
about
up.
strong
I drew
men?
an astronaut standing on the surface of the moon. All I thought about was when I was going to get to NASA.
Bro.
It's a huge honor to be
Bro.
NASA's first female launch
What?
director. To be the launch
Go
director
make
for
like
Artemis.
make another separate YouTube
NASA
tab
has so
and then
many
type in
wonderful
Omniverse.
women pioneers, so many heroes.
Line Rider
to me.
Omniverse
Some of the
2.
most amazing women in
Line
our lives
Rider?
are people like
Yeah,
Katherine
type in
Johnson
Line Rider
and the other
Omniverse
women
2.
that you've seen in Hidden Figures. Sometimes it's difficult to believe that I'm on this side now wearing this blue flight suit with all of the other astronauts,
and then watch that
representing
react
this
to that.
iconic image that had so inspired and excited me my entire life.
Being of South Asian heritage, Kalpana Chawla was just such a big thing for me growing up.
I've always looked up to Sally Ride and Mae Jemison.
I spent 11 years working on this. Oh, sick, bro. Oh, dude. Bro, Drew, you gotta watch this. My reactions are so good, bro.
No, I don't.
A huge part of that. We haven't been in many years. We have a lot of young
This is intense, bro.
That have never seen that happen. We will
That's what I'm
understand
saying.
so much more about the moon, about the Earth, about our solar system.
We're going to stay, and to me, that's an amazing idea. The moon is going to be for how we go to Mars and out into the solar system. And it is incredibly exciting to be part of this Artemis.
Dude.
Young girls in particular. Another person who you saw in that video is Pam Melroy. She's a former astronaut and NASA deputy administrator. So why don't we head over to Jasmine Hopkins because Pam is there with her now.
Thank you so much, Megan. Yes, I am honored now to be joined by Pam Melroy, NASA Deputy Administrator. This is just
incredible.
A fantastic night. We just saw that powerful video.
Let's run that. Like, let's just. Can we talk about?
Just inspires me. So many of those women are my friends, but also they're just such fantastic engineers and scientists, and just so many roles at the agency. I've always thought one of the
chat, give it up. Give it up for this guy, chat. Holy shit, that's some of the best footwork I've ever seen in my entire life.
We have that balance and that diversity. So that was exciting. For me, I was a part of the Apollo generation, and I was very inspired by
Shut the fuck up,
Neil Armstrong and
bitch.
Buzz Aldrin and
Don't talk to me. I'm the two-time back-to-back 1993, 1994 blockbuster video game champion. I'm the best to ever fucking do it. God damn it! You remember that? You remember that?
I mean, I wanted to be an astronaut.
I've been winning fucking championships since before you even had a Twitch career,
what's
Z.
Happen now with the Artemis generation is that first woman and the first
Shut up.
person of color
He was on
is
Twitch
just
for a little bit.
gonna a huge impact on the next generation.
Right. We are just watching with bated breath, and I know that it's going to mean so much to little kids to look up to them. And we understand, too, this is a huge, I mean, when we launch Artemis, it's going to be a global accomplishment. We have the Artemis Accords, which are helping us make sure we explore peacefully. Can you tell us more about those?
Yeah, it's really important, actually, especially because, you know, unlike Apollo, where it was actually just a few countries that had the capability to go to space, now those capabilities are proliferating throughout the world. And so what we do with the rocket is really important, and how we go is just as important. Our partners, and with the sense of the responsibility that we have as we go out into the solar system to do it peacefully, for scientific purposes, and responsibly.
Right, and you have a great sense of teamwork, and this is definitely not our first time. You know, there's a lot of things that go into testing out a first-time vehicle. There's actually dynamic activity going on right now. So how does this first flight test of SLS compare to other first times, you know, with Shuttle or with Saturn V before that?
Well, I can do even better as a test pilot, right? So there's a history there. In fact, the amazing thing about this is so first flight of a first aircraft, you actually taxi it out to the end of the runway and then run down the runway and come back and check all the data. And then you might take off once and go around the pattern and come back and land. This is a little bit like taking off and going to fly a full mission on your very first flight of an aircraft. And so everything has to be right. So this compares very, you know, it's very similar to the experiences that all new rocket developments have, where, you know, it's not just about learning the hardware, that's a big piece of it, but it's also about gelling that team together and your procedures and how you're going to deal with issues that come up, because they will come up. They always come up.
Exactly. And you have that experience as a test pilot, but also as a former astronaut. In that video, we saw you getting your induction into the Astronaut Hall of Fame, which is pretty cool. So what is your perspective, or what advice do you have for the Artemis astronauts, those ones that are on the moon?
Oh, well, they don't need my advice. I'd love to elbow them out of the way and go to the moon, too. But they are fantastic. I mean, I'm so proud of all of our astronauts. I was just talking to Jessica Watkins, who just came back on Crew 4. This generation is prepared, ready, and excited. And I think they're really excited that we're putting science front and center in the Artemis program, too. We're going to learn so much about the solar system from the moon and even about the Earth. And so I think the astronauts are really excited about doing that hands-on science. And they are ready to go.
Right, I know they're ready to go, and maybe you are as well. But Artemis 1 is just the beginning. Then we have Artemis 2 and on. We're learning so much. What do you think about this forward movement that we're making right now?
Well, it's really important. This is the Artemis campaign is actually part of a multi-decade effort that we're doing right now, which is really with the goal of creating a blueprint for how we're going to explore with humans and do science throughout the solar system. So we're going to learn through the Artemis campaign on the moon, and then we're going to go demonstrate it on Mars, and then the next destination, who knows where.
Right. I mean, we're going so much further than we ever have before. Pam Melroy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Go Artemis.
Of course. Go Artemis. Megan, back to you.
Thank you both for that interview. Now, teams over at NASA's Johnson Space Center are also monitoring today's launch attempt. So why don't we go back over there with Leah?
Got me with
what's going on over there?
Gee.
Thanks, Megan. And you're right. Teams here in Mission Control Houston continue to monitor today's events. Again, they will really kick into action once we have liftoff, and they'll remain on console all the way through splashdown.
Can you hear me?
I have to show you something a little.
Holy shit, Drew. We got 25 views in the stream.
I hope you can get a good shot of it. It is from Apollo 15, 1971.
I got 25 views. No, 25.
In total, it was
25 views, Drew. That's like the most views I've ever gotten in a stream. I don't know how many of them were the same people joining the stream, though. How many times did you rejoin the stream?
I've been in the stream the whole time. I've always just, like, tabbed out.
Then we have 25 people who have joined.
What's that rock that she's holding? What is that thing? Is that moonweed?
These samples that we brought back
It's
from now
unobtainium.
years ago. So hopefully within the next few years, we're bringing some new ones back to use that same experimental process on and tell us a little bit more about the
It's
moon.
the stuff. Yeah, I was gonna say it's the stuff.
Moon rock. We're looking forward to having some Artemis ones here at Johnson Space Center. With that, I will send it back to you at KSL.
Unobtainium's the Avatar.
Even had the moon rock, so.
And vibranium's Wakanda.
Now, the name Artemis was chosen because in Greek mythology, she's the twin sister of Apollo. NASA's Leo Martin is over at the nearby Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, where thousands have gathered to watch today's launch attempt.
It might be unobtainium.
Hi, Megan. I'm actually joined here tonight by a very special group of guests here from Stennis visiting Kennedy Space Center. Why don't you tell me, Ryan, what it is that ties you to tonight's launch?
So we were lucky and privileged enough to be able to test the core stage of the SLS rocket that's going to launch today.
On the far right,
we got the green run, which is a full duration hot fire. Very historic time for us.
He's like, let me tell you folks, we built a rocket with so much goddamn horsepower on this bad boy. She's gonna light up. Oh shit, the lights just went out. Did you just see that? The lights just went out, folks. The lights are out on the rocket. It's getting dirty out here, folks.
And just really excited to see this thing launch.
And Barry, you were telling me that you know also firsthand, the adversity that these teams have overcome to be here tonight. Do you have a word of encouragement, anything that you'd like to say to the teams all across the United States right now, both at Kennedy and at JSC, who are just sitting in these seats ready to get the rocket launched tonight?
Sure. Persevere. I mean, it's hard work.
Persevere, he says.
We spent many hours doing the testing and trying to get ready for this moment. And I think we've forwarded that information to those guys, and we also give them the encouragement to continue on, so we know they can do it.
Thanks so much, Barry. And I think it would be great if just on the count of three, we can give them a great big go Artemis.
We're going to say go Artemis. Wow, that's the... God, I hate cringe.
That was amazing. Just, people who were actually able to come here to Florida. There's many people who are joining us from around the world who couldn't obviously make the trip out here. So let's take a look at some of those watch parties there. Here's Space Center Houston. It's the visitor center.
Imagine going to a watch party to watch something that I could watch on YouTube at my house.
That visitor center is closed right now. People are waving. I love it. Wow, look at that. Whatever that is, it's amazing.
I don't think I've ever noticed that when I'm at Space Center Houston. Maybe it's new.
I know, but yeah, just look at that crowd. It's really fun to see again all these people who are captivated, young and old, by today's launch attempt and the beginning of the Artemis program. I know that they're probably looking at the clock and wondering when we might see the launch today. So lovely to see all those people.
And there's the Space and Rocket Center, where we have flags cheering us on tonight for this incredible launch this evening.
I love that. They totally look like cheerleaders, and they're embracing it. I love it. And yeah, this is the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. This is the Visitor Center over in Huntsville, Alabama. As I've said before, Marshall Space Flight Center there is super instrumental in what the Artemis program is doing. They contributed a lot to the mission, so it's nice to see everyone there. And then here is Airbus in Bremen, Germany. So Airbus is the main contractor for the European Space Agency, and together the company and ESA, they provided the European service module.
They're literally just sitting there.
Important parts of the Orion spacecraft. So we have
like,
quite a bit of people
watching
there.
this
A
stream.
more reasonable time over there in Germany. It is 7 a.m. So I'm gonna say
they're sitting in what literally looks like an airport.
Guten Morgen to them over there. In Germany, again, the
waiting
Airbus
room.
company. All right,
Fitting,
so let's
the
get another
Airbus.
check on the launch team with our Daryl Nail.
Oh,
He's
here we
inside
go. We're
there.
getting another check. Let's tune in, folks.
Yeah, that's right, Megan. So we are clearly in a delay now. The NASA test director, who's basically flying the ship,
for the launch countdown tonight has said that we are extending the hold that we were currently in at T-minus 10 minutes and counting. And so that puts us off the 1:04 a.m. Eastern Time launch. We're now slipping indefinitely into the hold. And NASA Test Director Carlos Monge said that we are currently estimating how much work needs to be done before resuming the polling that is supposed to take place 15 minutes before launch. It then goes to terminal count at T-minus 10 minutes. Now we've got an update on the tanking of the upper stage liquid hydrogen tank. Currently 95% filled. We're in topping on that tank. It is the last of 4 tanks in the Space Launch System that needed to be completely fueled up before we launch. Of course, cryogenic tanking, a complex operation that has seen some delays tonight. We had a roughly hour delay after a replenish valve on the core stage liquid hydrogen side required hands-on work by a Red Crew team that went out to the launch pad and tightened down some bolts on the valve and got it fixed before leaving the launch pad, and then launch team verifying that that work was complete. Now currently we're awaiting some work with the range. The 45th Space Wing, which oversees the range here and makes sure that the airspace and the ocean out over the flight path is clear, and also has the responsibility to destruct the rocket should it go off track. They have been working on some issues with their equipment and sending a flight termination signal to the rocket. There is testing that must happen with the flight termination system that was delayed by a bad Ethernet switch. Switch has been changed out, and now the range is looking to start testing their connectivity to the rocket in order to preserve that safety function that they are responsible for. So again, we are slipping now indefinitely into the launch window. We're awaiting the launch team to evaluate just how much time is required to complete the work to get this rocket ready to launch. And of course, when we have a new T0 for you, we'll report that out right away. Megan, back to you.
It's not looking good. That's what I gathered from that.
To explore the moon, here's a look at the spacesuits and tools that will help us to do that.
I don't think we're launching.
Watching Apollo footage of astronauts
doing
geology on the surface of the moon is a really great way to think about preparing for Artemis, for putting people on the lunar surface once again. We learn a lot in how they did science operations on the moon and what it's like to work on the moon. You see them doing geology. You see them taking rock samples, putting in a drive tube to take a core sample. You see them bouncing along the surface of the moon on the lunar rover that they used in Apollo 15 through 17. So it's a great way to help drive technology development for the next generation of spacesuits and geology sampling tools.
There's these facilities that help us train like we are on the lunar surface. You know, these 1.6G offload systems or putting people in the aquatic environment are great ways to train the mobility.
Folks, it is we're up to 2 viewers, folks. It's not looking too good, I'm not gonna lie. The odds are heavily stacked against us.
For decades now. The Apollo astronauts
My prediction,
literally hundreds of hours
they're not gonna
of
launch.
training in geology before they flew to the moon. It's often said that the Apollo astronauts
I don't think they're gonna
have the
launch.
equivalent of a master's degree in geology.
That being said, back to doing my
In
reactions.
the intervening decades since Apollo, we've been training astronauts who fly to the International Space Station because when they're on the ISS, they spend time observing the Earth, looking out the window, taking pictures of what they see on the Earth's surface. Now that we're looking at putting astronauts on the surface of the moon, we also take them into the field. We take them to field sites.
I don't
here
think
on
they're
Earth
launching,
that resemble
Suver.
field
That
sites
is
that we
my
expect them to
honest
see on the
opinion,
moon.
based off of that realistic information. Folks, there's too many variables going on here. Back to
places
my
that's
reactions.
analogous to the lunar surface to train them on the scale and fidelity of science that you just can't recreate in these facilities.
And so by combining this classroom and field training, we're able to prep them for fundamentals of geology, the major driving lunar science questions that we have that we hope to address with the Artemis program, and teaching them how to do fieldwork in relevant analog environments.
For just science aspects of developing new spacesuits, can it get you to where
Here, this
you
is
need
like
to
the
go?
signature
And then
Mr.
once
Beast.
you get there, can you do the cool science that you need to do? And so that's, can you move effectively and efficiently in the suit to be able to collect the samples or use the tools or the instruments? For the visibility, it's
incredible.
Like you make the necessary observations that you need.
Incredible,
to,
folks.
Or does the suit have the
Let me
lights
tell you,
on it that it needs to
this
to
rocket,
illuminate the surface
it's all
and make the
fucking
observations
CGI.
you need to?
It's all
The
fucking
lunar South
CGI.
Pole
That's
holds tremendous resources that are going to allow us to continue to explore. This is a place that
5
we've
gigs
never been
remaining,
before.
boys.
There's so much to be learned from getting boots on the ground and exploring a unique place that challenges us as humans and also helps us develop
here's a popular
technologies that
conspiracy.
make our everyday life
What if
that much
the
better.
We think there might be volatiles present
Earth
at the
isn't
South Pole.
flat?
By using these volatiles, we'll
The
be able to do
moon's
things
flat.
like create drinking water, create rocket fuel to launch astronauts back to Earth. And so by harnessing the power of the land, we'll be able to help astronauts establish that long-term sustainable presence.
We're gonna live on the fucking moon. Why do we want to go to the moon all of a sudden? Where did this come from? Here, these are my reactions.
It's human nature to explore. Pushing our boundaries.
This is
and
stupid.
Exploring our universe is, I think, just one of those things that's just
Wait, actually, this is
stuck
kind
in
of
our
cool.
human
Take that
nature,
back.
and
I don't
we
think
need
this
to
is
do
that
it in
stupid.
order to understand the world around us,
Boys, the stream.
including our Earth,
The stream
our
is lagging.
solar system.
The stream is lagging. Here's a sneak peek at my line rider.
We just heard there how curiosity is just a part of us. So, with that in mind, why don't we do some social questions? Because some people are very curious to hear what you have to say about their questions. So why don't we pull up the first question here?
Check this out, boys.
What are your thoughts on the responsibilities that come with going to space? Obviously,
That's what I got so far. No big deal. It's still kind of a rough sketch. I'm working on it.
The opportunity to travel to space comes with
all right,
a lot of
here we
responsibility.
go.
I think for all of us, it's a huge honor to be a part of these
Boys,
teams. And
the
the work
download
we're doing
speeds
is
are
so
up.
critical in
We're up
supporting
to
scientific
12
discovery on the ground. So on the
megs per
International
second.
Space Station, we're a national
Significantly
laboratory.
higher.
Our crew executed over 350
We're cruising
different
right now,
scientific
folks.
experiments during our 6-month mission.
Folks,
and so when you think about that,
I said I was going to stream until this launched, but I think what I'm going to have to do real quick, folks,
and sometimes that's someone
I'm going to have to lock in.
and executing. And so being
I'm going to have to lock in, and I'm going to have to play.
Understanding how to bring the team from the ground into solving complex problems.
I'm going to
I take
have
that
to play
really seriously. And
Modern
of course, we
Warfare.
want to share what that experience is like. Only a few people have been able to go to space. And as we commercialize space, as
All right, back to
low
my
Earth orbit
reactions.
becomes more accessible, that'll change. But still, it's only available to some of us. So we really want to share what that's like and the perspective we gain from our time up there.
It's really great to see and hear that you guys acknowledge that, right? Like that this experiment that you're
Wait,
holding,
Drew, what?
that you're working
Hold on, I
on
can't
for
hear you.
6 months, somebody has been working on literally for years. I mean, I've talked to
I
some
can't-
scientists and they're saying, "Oh, this
Go.
has been my life's work, 20 years of my
Yeah,
life's
what's up?
work." So yeah, that was a really good question. I like that question.
That was a great question. That was a
Okay,
great
We
question.
have another one from social media here. Astro Kayla, have you considered what you might say if you had the opportunity to be the first
I
female to set
hate
foot on the
this
moon?
entire.
No, I have not considered that. If I was in that role, it's something I would take really seriously. I think
I
the
would take it
iconic words of
really.
Neil Armstrong,
Oh
one
my
small step for man,
God!
one leap for mankind are something that we all know, whether you witnessed that moment or not, or it happened before you were born.
Yeah,
for me,
because he
I
was
think
the
we all
first
have that embedded in our
person.
psyche, those important words. So I think it's something I would have to think a lot about ahead of that mission.
Yeah, that would be in the history books. That'll be something you're.
Will it be in the
remembered for. Oh my
history
God,
books
it'd be
though?
just
Like
delivered
that's
even
the question I have.
of what I want to say,
Like,
to actually open
is
my
it
mouth
gonna be
and
in the
say it
history
from the surface
books?
of the moon? Wow.
Because like it wasn't that he was the first man. He was the first
Exactly.
person.
Okay, let's see another.
She's
question
gonna be
here.
like the
Oh, why is the
31st.
spacesuit orange in color?
I'll tell you why it's orange.
That's an awesome
okay.
question that I wish I knew the answer to. Megan and I were actually talking about
That
that
way
earlier
other
when we had
people-
Snoopy up here,
don't
it's a
see
continuation of the same suit that we
space.
used during the shuttle era.
Drew,
And
did I
was
lose
kind
you?
of
Did I lose you off the
hypothesizing
stream,
that
Drew?
Maybe it's to help forces if for some.
Oh, you're playing Warzone? All right, we're locking in. Are we gonna lock into Warzone? I got 1.5 gigs left. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be some of the most average fucking gameplay you've ever seen. Check out that dub counter up there. That's 52 real wins. 52 fast, quick kill. We're up to 3 viewers, folks. Oh, we're down to 2. We were up to 3 for like a quick second.
Do we have another question? All right. If you could name one of the moon's craters, what would you name it?
Oh man. What would you
Butthole.
name it, Megan? I don't know. That's a big decision.
Fucking.
I thought you might say the name of your zero-G grass.
Oh, foul? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's
I
a
hate
big
this.
responsibility, I think, to name these geological features. And a lot of the craters on the moon already have names. So I'm
Yeah.
sure there's some that maybe they haven't named, they're too small, or we haven't explored them yet. But
You know
a
what?
lot of them already do have names. Like we're going to be exploring the edge of
I need to
Shackleton
spice the
Crater
stream
as
up
part
with
of
some music.
Artemis mission. So a lot of them are already named and mapped.
Yeah. Thanks for throwing
I
it back
need
on
some
me. I was
fucking.
like,
I need
don't
some.
know. Do you think like
I need
a
some.
parents
I need
or,
something to
or
let people know.
husband or
You know, when I
fiance
get
are
into my
upset that we didn't say
Bugatti,
them?
I don't know.
I gotta just like
I
a
don't
little
think
quick
so.
in
I
my
think they
Bugatti.
understand.
All right, back to
Alright,
my
these are big
reactions.
This is all right. Last question here for this segment, at least. What will Orion do when it gets to the moon?
So for this mission, Artemis 1, it's actually going to orbit the moon and then go into a distant retrograde orbit. And so it'll get really close as 62 miles, and then
Just
go
casually
way
that in
past
the background.
moon.
Ladies and gentlemen,
way
if this is
deeper
your
into
first
space
time
than
tuning
we've ever
into the
been
stream,
before.
let me
So,
tell you, folks,
yeah, the Orion
this is Red Hot
will
Gaming.
check
This is
out all
Red
the
Hot
systems. We're
Gaming.
analyzing that data from the
Average
ground, and then we're
movement.
gonna see that we can
Average.
survive re-entry
Average
and a
movement. I'm
successful
not
splashdown
really good at
off
video
the coast of
games
San
at all.
Diego.
But let me tell you what I am good at.
Okay,
Ripping
well, again,
throats.
just keep those questions coming. You know, we're entering into this launch window, and we do have time, so we'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to try, at least, to answer most of your questions.
Ripping throats.
So, you've been hearing throughout the broadcast all the different
And yeah, that's
science
it.
that returning to the moon
So-
will enable us to do. So there's actually something called...
All right, with that being said,
Resources below the lunar surface.
we're back to Moon Landing 2021. The download is almost through, Drew. We've got 6 megs remaining. We're locked in, 99% there. Folks,
Just below the surface.
the stream will have a solid connection soon.
Ice is a game-changing resource that can be mined and used to produce propellant and breathable oxygen for future explorers.
Come on.
Under NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Services Initiative, the agency selected intuitive machines to fly and land Prime 1 on the Moon's south pole.
It's not receiving
Prime
enough
1 will land near
shit.
the Shackleton crater to drill into
I
the
understand
lunar
that.
soil in
You-
an
I
area
mean,
that
just-
could
just give it a
contain
minute,
water
YouTube.
ice.
My computer's
Prime 1
shitting
is made up
itself
of
right
two
now, trying to
instruments,
figure out what the hell's going
Trident,
on.
The regolith and ice drill for
Meanwhile,
exploring
I
neutral
am an
moon,
expert
and
in
M-Solar,
computer
the
building.
mass
If you
spectrometer
want to take my
observing lunar
masterclass, go to specialk.com. Spell
Trident will drill up
S.
to 3
Just
feet
kidding. Don't
into
go to
the
that
lunar
website.
surface,
Go to.
extract lunar soil,
What
and
is my
bring it up to the
website?
surface.
Is it Bear Squad?
Trident drills to its maximum
I think it's
depth
Bear
in
Squad.
multiple phases, stopping at different increments.
Right.
As it reaches
BearSquad.com.
the desired depth, it will pause
BearSquad.com.
and retract the drill
This is my
string
website.
to deposit
Go to
lunar
it.
soil on
Like,
the
subscribe.
surface for
We know
analysis.
shit. Anywhere, anytime. You're out in the
This is
forest.
where
You're
M-Solo
camping.
comes
You're trying to take a shit. You don't know
M-Solo
what to do.
is a
You're
commercial
fat.
off-the-shelf
You're
mass
not flexible. You
spectrometer
can't just squat like
modified
all
for
the ladies say.
spaceflight. It will evaluate
Poop
the
sling.
chemical
That's
elements
my
and
product. Patent
compounds
pending.
released from the lunar
Take a
soil
shit.
for
Out
water
on the go.
and other chemical compounds.
Learn about it.
Trident
Get in.
will then
Get
proceed
involved.
to the next
Like.
specified
Subscribe.
depth and repeat the process until
Let's look at my
samples
YouTube
all
channel.
desired depths have been
I want to look at
analyzed
how
for
many
water.
subscribers
If
I've
no ice
gained.
is found where Prime 1 lands,
No additional
NASA will
subscribers
still
other
collect
than
valuable
Suver.
information about
Hold on, we're
drilling
gonna
into the
we're
lunar
gonna have to
soil for a
change
future mission. NASA's Viper,
that
the
top
volatile
donation.
investigating polar exploration rover, will use Prime
Top
1
donation,
technology
Drew. You
on a
just got
mobile
taken
robot
off the
that
board.
will navigate the moon's south pole, searching for additional resources. Prime 1 data will help
Top
NASA assess
donation,
lunar
folks.
resources to inform
Zuver.
future Artemis missions and a
Incredible.
robust human presence on the moon.
Or more on what to expect when we launch for this first day. Let's go to NASA's Dan Hewitt. He's inside our Apollo Saturn V Center at the KSC Visitor Complex.
Hey, thanks, Megan. Everybody, welcome back to the moon board. There's a lot of people here in the complex. I just heard a woohoo.
They heard a woohoo. It's getting on, folks. Let me tell you what we're going to do. We're going to activate the CGI rocket. We're going to throw it up into the air. We're going to take it, wrap it.
As we just said, launch is step number 1. Those 4 RS-25 engines throttle up, followed shortly after by the 2 solid rocket boosters igniting, sending SLS and Orion skyward. Now, on our way uphill, we'll have a number of
Drew, are you
events.
still
You'll be able to
watching
see
my
things
stream?
coming off of the SLS rocket. One of the most visual ones.
Why do you? How are you so quiet? I feel like I asked you to turn it up and you got quieter.
Into the flight, they will separate. We'll see them flare off
Talk.
onto either side, and then the core stage continues to fire.
Dude.
We're also going to see the launch abort system come off.
Hold on. Say something. I have you turned up to 200% volume and you're so quiet. Turn it up. Can you turn up your volume?
Can you hear me better now?
I don't really think so. Hold on. No. I'm gonna need you to take your volume. Oh, we're up to. Oh my gosh, folks, we're up to 4 viewers. The most viewers we've ever had. This is, folks. We're down to 3. 3 viewers, folks. We're going quick. Give them more reactions. That's what they came here for. That's what's popular.
Shut down. The core stage will separate, drop away. It's eventually going to splash.
That's what's big these days, folks. Reaction videos. That's what we're doing. We're reacting to the CGI rocket ship that's going to take off right now. It's huge. It's big. It's incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time tuning in, like, subscribe. Mainly just if you hit the like button. I'll tell you what. Fuck. I'll tell you what it does for me, folks. It does a lot. It's huge. It's helping my. Oh, we lost. Damn it, we're down to 2. Folks, I need you guys to really help out. I need you really. We're up to 4 likes, folks. We're up to 4 likes.
Communications are working. All of our guidance, navigation, and control.
It's not good.
Time to make sure you have a healthy spacecraft before bliss. That's the trans-lunar injection.
Oh, he said. Did you guys hear what he said? He said the word.
Of that single engine on the upper
He said the
stage.
word.
Now that engine optimized for a vacuum. It's producing about 24,000 pounds.
He said the word.
It's a pretty big engine, and it's doing
trans
that because we need enough energy to be able to send our payload Orion beyond low Earth orbit and send it on a path to head out to the moon. Now, after that,
ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuned in for the first time and you subscribe, I'm actually giving away a brand new
around the moon and slingshot out
car.
A heliocentric orbit, so it's going to completely leave.
4 viewers, folks. We're up to 4 viewers. This is incredible. If you subscribe, once again, all I had to say was we're giving away a car. The size of the car is still being determined. It could be a small RC car. It could be a larger car. But we're going to need a lot of subscribers. Thank you, Zuver, for being the #1 watcher right now in the group. This is huge. This is incredible. We were up to 4 viewers for a quick second there, Drew. I don't know if you saw that, but this is by far. Oh, we're down to 2 now. We've actually lost viewers. Oh shit! What happened? What happened? What happened? Our stream. Did our stream just go down, folks? It looks like the stream went down. It looks like the stream. No, the stream didn't go down. We're back, and we've still got 3 viewers, folks. Once again, if you're tuned in for the first time here, this is huge. This is huge, folks. This is huge. They call what? Dude,
Is that way better?
Holy shit, you got so much louder. Finally, you can react with me. We're back up to 4 viewers again. Drew, I mean, not Drew. It's Gattaca here reacting with me. We're doing reacting videos because that's what people like in 2022. And by the way, I hate reacting videos, and this is stupid. But this is also the most viewers I've ever had on this viewer.
So
Okay.
all I'm seeing right now
you
is.
go. Okay, you got loud. This is good. This is good.
One sec.
No. Keep loud. I'll turn you down.
Let me get into this 4K stream.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 4 viewers here. What are we watching? We're watching the moon landing. Let me bring you up to speed. Here's what's going on. The moon landing is still questionably real. But here's what's going on. The moon, fuck, god damn it. The rocket is supposed to take off now, but it got delayed because it's getting warm and it needs to be cold. So they're making it cold again, and then the rocket's going to take off. I summed it up for you, an idiot. So, clip that.
Dude, what stream are you watching? I'm seeing a guy talk.
I've got 3 viewers right now that are tuned in. They're in deep. 3 likes. This is the most shit I've ever had in my life. Okay?
Who's this guy? Everyday
who am I? Who the fuck am I? Let me tell you who the fuck I am, Tony. Wait, everyday. Did we get a new? Did we get? Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. We're down to 1 viewer. We just lost, dude. Guess how many viewers? We've had 34 people click that link this afternoon, folks. 34 people in 2 hours. We're growing as a channel. We're getting huge. We're getting big. We're getting extreme. Why are we getting popular? Because we're not PC. We're not part of that bullshit. We do gaming, but we also do other stuff. We're like good at making videos and reacting videos because that takes lots of skill. Like, I'm reacting so hard. And by the way, if you're trying to listen to this, I'm sorry. That's not why you came to this channel. You came to this channel to watch me react to the fact that this guy's talking about how it needs to take this and that, and we gotta come out at speed. Drew, we're up to 4 viewers here. Yes, Drew, I forgot. Drew is also here reacting with me, folks. We're playing with its Gattaca. Like I said, I actually closed my line writer, right? I had my line writer open, but I might need to get this back open so people can see my line writer. It was sweet. No, the line writer. No.
We need to learn about the rocket. It's the most powerful
all right.
rocket in US history.
I'm going to continue to translate. I'm going to continue to translate an idiot because I feel like that was going rather well. So, here's what's going on. The parachute, there's 11 of them. So when the first 9 fail, that gives us 2 remaining.
People living up there?
800 miles
up there for months?
Holy shit.
How many months?
Well, the thing is, this rocket, they're not sending anyone because they're not actually confident that it won't explode. So they're sending no one. This is the 3rd time they've tried to launch the rocket. Let me tell you what's going down. We're down to 2 viewers. We're losing all the viewers. What's going on? We actually tried to start talking about the fucking shit, and our viewers tanked. Drew, the adrenaline right there when I had those 4 viewers.
You still got 5. You got 5 now.
No, it says I've got 2.
I see 5.
What do you? Let me see what I see. I see 2 watching now. Let me jump into this chat. Let me check. Butts. Yeah. Okay. NASA, Artemis. I think maybe if I add more, I'm gonna add more hashtags. That's what I'll do. Oh, here's a good one. Mr. Beast. Launch. Countdown.
Very comprehensive look at that. Thank you so much.
Missile. Rocket.
Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, that's a good one. Modern Warfare 2.
MW2.
MW. That's what I was thinking.
Hashtag
MWII.
TSM. Pokemon. Ninja.
Hashtag.
Tim the Tapman.
Who's like a good-looking porn star?
David Alfie or whatever.
Dude, I really wanted to say Johnny Sins as a joke, but then it like was too late. So Bella, there's a Bella chick. Hashtag Bella. That's all she gets. Bella Ciao. Bella Ciao. Bella Ciao. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to one viewer. We've literally lost everybody. We've lost my whole fucking stream, folks. We've lost everybody. I'm the only one watching. You're not even watching my stream, Drew.
Yes, I am. I'm literally watching the rocket launch right now.
Dude, I'm trying to watch this shit in 1080 and my... We're back up to 2 viewers, folks. We're back up to 2 viewers. Wait, you just... I heard you typing. You just reopened my chat, you dick. You...
No, I didn't. I
yeah?
literally didn't do anything.
Oh, good. Good.
I've been here the whole time.
My average view duration's down to 6 minutes. We got to do something to increase those numbers. We got to pump these numbers up. Now, folks, I need you to tell me, what do you look for when you're watching a streamer? Do you look for violence? Do you look for speed? Or is it mainly tits?
The tens of thousands of jobs
Like,
associated with propelling us to the moon today are just the beginning of a lunar economy that will see.
If I had a deep V on and I sat up more, like, would that increase your likelihood to continue to search up Special K Gaming? And let me tell you about Special K Gaming. Special K Gaming is a unit created with one goal in mind: to move fast, to go against the grain. Literally, when I sand wood, I go against the grain. Once again, let's get over to the chat real quick here. Take a look at our sponsor here. Game Fuel. Mountain Dew Game Fuel with my new flavor, Special K Ray Gun. Like I said, we had a partnership going with G Fuel, found out they were racist rapists, so what did we do? We cut that shit immediately. I brought my talents over to Mountain Dew Game Fuel, and I worked with them side by side to craft a brand new flavor. Special K Ray Gun is a top performance gaming drink. You're probably wondering, what's it taste like? It fucking tastes like everything. We put grapefruit, fruit that it doesn't taste like grape, tropical shit, mango, lemon, a little bit of lime. All of that, we wrapped it all together, and we created something I like to call Special K Ray Gun. Special K Ray Gun is available at a few stores. GMC or GNC. GMC. And if you drive a GMC, you should be drinking Special K Ray Gun. It's my favorite flavor. When I'm out getting after it, I drink Special K Ray Gun. Use code JGOD for 10% off. Like I said, folks. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Alright, we're back. Like I said, folks, I've been in the game for a long time. I've tried a lot of drinks. I've tried G Fuel. Then I found out the other day they're apparently racist rapists. I actually can't confirm it. I just saw an article that mentioned a tweet that was shared on Facebook by my cousin, Vinny. And you know, that's how I get my news these days. I just watch Facebook. That's what they do, right? So, we're still waiting for the moon to launch from the flat Earth. Artemis. They call this shit Artemis because the people who designed this apparently just locked up their last game of fucking Halo, and they thought, you know what? 3 viewers, folks. This is the most concurrent viewers I've ever had. Drew, what do you got to say? I need you to chime in here. Artemis, NASA. We finally got our dicks out of our hand, and we decided we're going to launch. We're going to blast off. Let's hit them with some reactions. Oh, we got 4 viewers here. Let's hit them with some quick reactions.
Am I going to have Hilton on the moon? Is there going to be a Hilton on the moon? Am I going to
Look,
have like a vacation
reacting.
house on the moon?
Just really excited to.
Once again, if it just actually exploded right now while I was doing that, that would be fucking great. Here we are with a dad in khakis, and he's got a story about when he was 14 years old, and there was another rocket that fucking exploded, and it was here, and he's
looks
lived
like he
here.
runs the chili competition.
And let me tell you, folks, I started talking to him, not scripted at all, real shit. So talk to me.
Oh yeah, I literally grew up with NASA.
So are you not telling me he doesn't look like
before
he
NASA?
Do you hear that?
Went to work for Dr. Von
runs a
Braun.
chili
Followed him over to Mars
Doc,
Space Flight
his
Center
dad worked for
and
Dr.
became,
Von
became
Braun.
NASA.
That sounds like
He
a
worked on the Jupiter C, Red Star,
sounds like very Call of
Saturn
Duty
1,
esque. I'm
Saturn
not gonna lie.
5.
We're up to 5 years,
And
folks.
then
Most viewers we've
because
ever
of
had in the
that,
chat.
He brought me here to see Apollo 11 launch.
I told
So that
you
was my first
when he
launch.
was 14. Please say
5
you.
years old.
Fuck,
And loved it. Still
5
do.
years old, folks. I
And
said 14. He was
that's
close.
about all.
And then he
But
came
then
back for another one. And then he
years later,
watched
through my flying career,
another view.
I was able to bring my sons back with my friends that flew the shuttle, and they saw 5 launches and
oh my gosh,
4 landings. But basically, I wanted to
amazing.
be here. I was here for the first
Amazing.
moon launch.
But guess what, folks?
The last moon
I don't give a
launch
shit
back
about
in
that. I want to
2015,
watch the
and our
fucking
family
launch.
friends.
That's why I'm here. I'm sorry, khakis.
I wanted to be here for this.
Looks slightly like my dad.
Kind of in our family, in our
I
blood.
get it. It's in your blood.
And
That's
hopefully
that.
I'll be around for the next one when
Took
we
the words
go
right out of my
and land
mouth.
again. So that's
Folks,
Incredible.
we're
So
locked
you
in on
have
the stream
NASA
right now.
actually in your
This is
DNA, grew
incredible.
up with
We
the
have
program.
3 viewers. We've
I
alternated. We've
knew,
actually bounced
most of
all the
the
way up to
German
5.
scientists, all the kids
37
sat in their lap. My
total
third
clicks.
grader and,
Guys,
my
if you can
father
hit the
flew
like
with
button and
Von
subscribe
Braun,
button,
'cause
it
he was
really
a
helps with the
general
algorithm.
aviation pilot as well.
Leave a comment.
So,
Let me know if
they
you're
get off there
Taube
to fly,
or Suver
and,
or
they were in Life magazine
Drew in
together,
that particular order.
National
Because if this is
Geographic, so it was
Taube,
fun. I
fuck
literally
you.
got to
Because you always watch my
knew
streams and
Al
I support
Shepard,
you. We're up to
all
4
the
views
Mercury,
now. I'm going to
39
ask my stream real
Apollo
quick
guys,
here.
and it was an honor.
Res or no
I
res?
love
That's
it
the
that I
question.
found that I went a different
Not
route,
in a
and I can still come here and see 'em.
fuck.
We can, and we're
That
so
Alex,
grateful
cut that
and
out.
thrilled to see you here tonight, and so
Resin
excited that you will
or
be
no
able
resin?
to
That's a
actually
good
compare
question.
the
It's a
last
good
launch
question,
and the sound
folks.
of the last one with the one
All right,
tonight. It's
what's
absolutely gonna rock the
I want
sky.
it to be even louder.
Wait. Did I hear it echoing on your
You
shit?
and Megan, we're going back to you.
Leah, thank you so much for sharing that. That was such a fun story.
Okay.
Here we are now at Space
Oh,
Center
here we are
Houston.
again.
This is
We
a
are
live look
back
inside
at
of
the
visitor
live
center
look
there.
location here.
Lots of people hoping
Still
to see
wearing
the launch
masks.
today. I love this guy in the front with his NASA shirt.
Still wearing them.
representing.
We're wearing those
Again,
masks.
just seeing children
One
and
last
young and
Modern
old,
Warfare.
just all these
Hurrah,
people
dude.
who
Oh, you want to
feel
play Modern Warfare? Let me
captivated
tell you,
and are
I'm
excited
in.
about our next
I don't
giant
want to
launch
play
in
Modern
space.
Warfare. I got 4
So,
garnished
glad to have them
hardcore
here.
viewers, and you want to know how
Oh
I
my
gain those
gosh, I
viewers?
love this.
Reacting
The team in Marshall and
to
Huntsville there
to
is
this
always
thing,
ready
the
for
React
shot.
thing, where I watch them do stuff, and then let's go through for my 4 viewers. Let me hit you with some quick reactions.
Dog in the fight tonight,
They
seeing
do.
Artemis launch for the first time.
Is that an inflatable astronaut in the center? Do you see that? I think somebody who's dressed
Can't
up
play
as
Kyle.
an
Servers are
astronaut.
down.
Yeah,
They're ready to
representing.
go.
Oh, whoa!
Again, these
Whoa!
videos are free to the public, but
No, I'm just playing.
the people there decided to hold.
Dude,
a
that
launch
was
party.
crazy.
Exciting to see.
Oh, here are the people in fucking Airbus are clapping. Wow, look at this kid right over here, right? Look at this fucker. Okay.
So these
Imagine.
employees of
Yeah,
Airbus.
that guy.
Airbus is the main
Hey, Dad,
contractor for
what
the
are we?
Orion
It's 7 a.m. right there. What are we
together
doing
they
this morning?
provided the
Son,
maintenance service
we're
for
gonna go
Orion
sit
Orion
and
space
watch
flight.
what
So
Kyle's
we
watching on
applauded
YouTube
them.
right
They
now.
did. We
And we're gonna go
applauded.
clap.
Thank you so much, guys, for your
Airbus's
contribution to the
fucking boardroom
program,
looks like a
and can't
boardroom
wait to see
from
Orion and
an
SLS launch.
airport.
Okay, so now let's head back over to
Yeah.
Daryl Nail over with
Good.
the launch team. So
Well, I
we
came
can
back into
hear,
Daryl now. Here,
updates
all right,
about
actual
the new
pertinent
team
information, folks. I'm gonna turn this up.
Yeah, Megan, thank you. And a clearer picture is starting to emerge. Launch team now reports out that they only have a few minutes left of work to do before they're ready to pick up polling. And we're also hearing that some of that polling, which kicks off with the mission management team, is also now just about 3.5 minutes away. Now, we are currently still in that hold. But the launch team, NASA's test director, is continuing to move the team forward. We've wrapped up work on the upper stage and the lower stage. You're looking now live inside Firing Room 1, where Launch Director Charlie Blackwell Thompson is overseeing her launch team. We've had a number of delays that
God,
have
how
put
have
us
they
off
not
the
remodeled
T0.
this fucking room?
but we are
Shit looks
starting
like it's
to track
straight out of the 70s. Like you'd think that
to
this
a
place.
T0
But it's fine. It's whatever.
close to around a quarter till, top of the hour. But we do need to have some polling that takes place. I'm pausing now because I'm listening in to the teams as they communicate.
It's not looking good, folks. It's not looking good for this
in
mission.
this launch window, which we're
down to one viewer.
26 minutes into, and it's 2 hours long. It runs until 3:04
You
a.m.
left,
Eastern
Drew?
time. We have what's called 40 cutouts.
You asshole.
And in those cutouts,
Here, dude.
they range from
He
about
went
a
to
second,
0 for a second.
to about a minute. These are times
Straight
where
up,
they
I've
can't
been
launch.
watching the whole time.
These cutouts must be accounted for when determining a new T0.
Hop over to Rebirth. Let's get some duos in. Some final Rebirth.
They're
plays.
about
The
to
upper stage
launch
of
the airplane.
The rocket,
Wait,
which
they
was
are?
the last to get ready and configured.
No.
Just recently, the team cycled the liquid hydrogen valves, which is required.
Oh, they cycled those bad boys. Yeah, they got them all good and
And
lubed
they
up.
are currently working on the LO2 valves. Liquid
Oh
oxygen
yeah,
valves
get
in the
those
upper
liquid
stage.
oxygen valves.
That work
Good
is almost done.
Good and fucking breathable. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2 time. I need to let you know that we're gonna lock in.
We are now a minute and a half away from the poll of the mission management team.
We're a minute and a half away from
which is
the
several
poll
minutes
of the mission
before
management team, folks. You know what?
T-minus 15 minutes.
Let me tell you, folks, while we do that, I'm gonna lock in, folks.
When that
Holy
poll starts,
shit,
we'll
how do I turn
get
off
a
this
clearer
fucking
picture
music? Jesus fuck.
What are you playing?
I'm playing
NASA's test director has
Ready,
oh my
set,
god, this
go!
is so fucking bright.
Camera goal, speed goal, speed goal.
Fuck, this game has gotten so much.
Congratulations!
And what this means is that
what the fuck
the
just
entire
happened?
launch team is now
Can somebody
on one channel,
clip that?
and all future communication will happen there.
How the fuck?
Whereas there are many channels.
Did you just lose?
No, I think I
Now they
won.
Reduce it down to one.
Oh no, I lost. Never mind. Wait.
Ready, set, go!
Wait, I should have totally. I did win! No, I fucking won that.
I'm sorry, Jeff Spalding.
Own goal! Speed goal, speed goal.
There are currently no constraints to launch.
No constraints to launch, boys. No constraints.
Congratulations!
Fuck you, he won that one, but I won the first one.
To
That's all that
launch.
matters.
And they're getting ready to pick up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're
with a
getting ready to pick
poll.
up where we left off here. We're getting ready to finally react to what we've
Determine
fucking been waiting for
readiness
the
for
last
launch.
2.5 hours. We're gonna react to the NASA moon launch. NASA is coming back, baby. It's 2022, and the world's falling apart. So let's spend a bunch of money to go to the moon. That seems financially like a good idea. But we can go to the moon. That'd be pretty sweet. Why do we want to go to the moon? Ladies and gentlemen, for anyone just tuning in here, we are reacting right now to the launch of Artemis 1. I'm here with It's Gattaca, tuning in with me for the first time, and we're doing a little bit of a dual
NASA
stream.
Test director Jeff Spalding getting ready to conduct the readiness poll. So we are getting close.
Here we go. Here we go, folks. You heard him. We're getting close. We're locking in.
We're going to pull up the audio now.
We're going to pull up the audio, folks. Here we go. Let's lock in. Let's lock in real quick.
So that you can listen in.
Here's the audio.
LPs go. And rock. Rockets go. All right, copy all. And Launch Director NTD, our launch team is ready to proceed at this time.
I copy all entity. At this time, I will proceed with my poll. And attention on 232, this is the launch director performing the final poll for launch. Verify no constraints and go for launch.
Go
EGS,
for launch.
Program Chief Engineer.
EGS Program Chief Engineer verifies that the EGS, SLS, and Orion Program Chief Engineers have no constraints and are go for launch.
Copy, Greg, thank you. EGS Chief Safety Officer.
The EGS CSO verifies the SLS, Orion, and EGS CSOs have no constraints and are go for launch.
Roger, they are go for launch, folks. We're hearing
Copy,
go for
John,
launch
thank
across
you.
the board.
Range weather.
Range weather, you heard
Weather
me.
has no constraints and weather is go for launch.
Weather is go for launch,
Copy,
folks.
Alden,
We are looking like we're
mission
going to have
manager.
to finally react to this thing going off. And here, let me give you some previews. I can actually recline my chair, watch.
And mission manager, launch director.
I call out the Joe Rogan. It's pretty sweet.
Launch Director, Mission Manager on 232.
Roger, just
The mission management team has been pulled. You have a go to proceed with terminal count and launch of Artemis 1.
Push the button. Push the button. Let me tell you, folks,
I
we're going to
copy
lock
all,
in
thank
right
you.
now. We're going to push this button.
And entity, launch director.
Go ahead, Launch Director.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
On
sir.
behalf of all the men and women across
Oh,
our
shit.
great
Are we
nation who have
launching this
worked
bitch
to bring
right
this
now?
hardware together to
Folks,
make
we're
this day possible.
locking in. Drew, we're launching.
Generation, this is for you.
Oh, I see this.
She's
I'm
gonna
watching.
Time, I
she's,
give you a
she's
go
gonna
to
push
resume
the
count
button.
and launch Artemis 1.
Oh, please tell me they're going to launch it soon and
Copy,
it's
launch
not
director,
going to go to
thank you.
like 10 minutes. If it goes to
All
10
right, we do
minutes,
have a
I'm
couple
going
of
to
steps
laugh.
to configure, and then we will be ready to resume the clock. CVSE and
Oh my
CVSE
god,
here.
that's
Initiate recording of
bullshit,
Orion
bro.
cameras at this time. In work.
They still have like...
NTD.
RSR here.
Alright, whatever,
Perform
we
the
get to
booster
hear all...
ignition SNA arm rotation enable.
Roger that, Captain. Locking in my booster.
NDT, RSR, booster ignition SNA arm and rotation enable is complete.
Roger
And
that,
I
Captain.
copy. Thank you.
Okay, so there you heard the poll from launch director.
Early?
Nope, nope. We're back.
Getting ready to get that new T0 time. The poll that you heard was the NASA test director's poll. And
All right, and we have verified no cutouts at this time. And all personnel,
Can we
we
get
are
the
going to
clock?
resume the clock. GLS, you can resume the clock on your mark.
GLS copies. Countdown clock will resume on my mark.
3,
3, 2,
1.
1, mark.
Mark.
GLS mainline has been initiated.
okay,
T-minus 10 minutes and counting.
we are
10
T-minus
minutes,
10 minutes away from
36.
liftoff of Artemis 1.
That's
As you
wrong.
can see,
It's
the
fi-
clock
wow,
is
you-
now moving. Let's put that
You
up.
completely butchered the fucking
T-minus
clock.
9
Oh
minutes and
my
47
god.
seconds.
Fuck.
The L-15 poll complete.
Roger, we are T-minus 10 minutes until it's going the fuck down, folks. Lock in. Lock in right now. It's going down. 10 minutes. 10 minutes to launch.
01:47:44.
Here we-
1:47
let's hold on
a.m.
here.
Eastern time and 44 seconds.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, folks. Let's
We went straight into terminal count. Liftoff now 9 minutes away.
9 minutes, folks. We're gonna lock in 9 minutes. It's gonna go
Terminal
by
count.
well before you know it. If you aren't familiar with
Control
our
has
local
been given
sponsor
over
this
to
afternoon, Andrew Tate.
GLS.
Andrew
Ground
Tate.
launch sequencer.
If
The
he
computer
says
and
it,
software
then
that is doing all of the commanding
it's believable.
and monitoring of the space launch
Andrew
system.
Tate.
We'll hear call-outs.
We lost all my viewers. Oh, it sucks so much.
As well as NASA test director Justin.
Yeah, they call me Top G, cruising in my Bugatti. What do you know about
GLS
me?
is pre-tensioning the umbilicals at this very moment. You can see them as they run down the rocket. That's getting them ready to detach. At liftoff, those arms will swing away. We'll let go of the rocket in a clockwise direction.
Yo, they call me Top G, rolling in my
T-minus
Bugatti.
8 minutes
The
of
rockets are getting warm. If something's gonna happen, 'cause this is where it's gonna happen. I don't know why my stream left, but let me tell you, if there's gonna be any explosions, we're gonna see these explosions right now. I know what I'm saying.
Including configuring ground systems for power transfer to the rocket. GLS is turning on cameras, recording video inside and outside the crew module to collect data for engineers. Purging the aft skirt booster with high flow nitrogen. Clear out any hydrogen gas that may be there. You can see the crew access arm is already retracted. When there is crew during Artemis 2, it would happen at T-minus 6 minutes. But out of abundance of caution, they went ahead and retracted the arm well ahead of liftoff. Want to point your attention to the base of the mobile launcher. If something wasn't done to reduce the power from the pressure caused by the rocket's ignition and thunderous sound, it could damage the rocket. So the ignition overpressure and sound suppression system flood the mobile launcher with water. You'll see that sequence start at T-minus 17 seconds. Now coming up in less than 30 seconds, the ground launch sequencer will start bringing the high energy systems online, starting with core stage pressurization. Flight 1 is completely silent as they listen for the next call.
GLS is go for core stage tank pressurization.
The core stage tank is now pressurizing to flight levels. The replenish valve to the liquid hydrogen tank now closing. The liquid oxygen tank will come a little later. Now we're arming the Orion ascent pyros and transfer to internal power. The launch abort system, or LAS jettison motor, is now armed. On this flight, the abort motor is inactive because there is no crew on board. Up next is the flight termination system, or FTS, which gives the Space Force the ability to destruct the rocket if it goes in the wrong direction.
Space Force.
Let's listen in for that.
GLS is go for FTS armed.
The flight termination system is now armed. 4 minutes and 40 seconds, a big moment. This is where the RS-25 engines and their bleed go to high flow. It's been a little tricky to dial in.
GLS is go for LH2 high flow bleed check.
Good word, we've passed that. The cryo team got the LH2 engine bleed pressure loop dialed in. They are now at the right temperature for launch. Countdown continues. T-minus 4 minutes, 15 seconds. Up next, GLS the KPs. Those are high-speed turbines which provide pressure to hydraulic pumps that steer the RS-25s. Stands for Core Stage Auxiliary Power Unit Start.
GLS is go for core stage APU start.
That now leads to the thrust vector control test at T-minus 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That can proceed now, and we will see the engines gimbal at the bottom of the core stage.
It's about to go down.
At T-minus 3 minutes and 10 seconds, you will hear the go for purge sequence 4. That's a helium purge of the 4 core stage engines downstream of the propellant valve, getting the air and moisture out.
GLS is go for purge sequence 4.
And in just a few seconds, GLS will close the core stage LOX vent, liquid oxygen. The white vapor cloud caused from the super cold gaseous oxygen condensing the water in the atmosphere will disappear. You see it coming out there now. And there it goes, it's closed. LOX vent closed, pressure rising in the core stage LOX tank to flight levels. Coming up in 15 seconds, look for that thrust vector control actuator test. Engines will gimbal. And there they go. The 4 core stage RS-25 engines gimbaling around, testing the ability to steer the rocket into space.
Are we launching? 2 minutes?
2 minutes, bro.
They will operate at 109% performance. Each RS-25 throwing down a 500,000 pounds of thrust. All 4, 2 million pounds. Altogether with the boosters, 8.8 million pounds of thrust.
GLS go for upper stage to internal.
So power is removed from the rocket's upper stage, GPS, and it's been switched to battery power. The same milestone is coming up for the core stage at T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds.
GLS go for core stage to internal power.
The rocket's core stage, which houses the 3 flight computers, is now on battery power. So there is no more hold time available because there's no more margin on the batteries. So if we have a hold, we'd have to recycle back to T-minus 10 minutes and recharge those batteries.
We're aborting. So it's either it's a go or it's
continues.
failing.
A note now, shortly after liftoff.
1 minute.
Shortly after liftoff, Mission Control Houston will take control of the rocket, and my colleague, Leah Cheshire, will take over commentary. T-minus 50 seconds and counting. Coming up at T-minus 33 seconds, the GLS will hand off control to the ALS. This is the autonomous launch sequencer. On board the rocket, it will take over command and control of the rocket. But the ALS will check, make sure there's no holds coming from the ground up until T-minus 2 seconds.
Here we go, folks. Let's get it going here.
For ALS. The Space Launch System is now
For some reason,
counting down
shit.
liftoff of
Finally
Orion
here.
on its maiden voyage to the
Oh
moon.
shit.
Don't oh shit me.
Oh
Launch
shit.
team can no longer
Nothing's
recycle the
happened
count.
yet.
Oh, what the what do you mean?
Sound suppressor water now flowing under the ML.
Are you live?
And here we go.
10.
Hydrogen burn-off igniters initiate.
Flame.
7.
Are you live
6,
on the stream though?
5. 4 stage engine start.
Whoa.
3, 2,
It's taking
1.
off.
Boosters in ignition.
Whoa.
And liftoff of
That's
Artemis 1.
tense as
We
fuck.
rise together back to the moon and
Go.
beyond.
Go.
Wow, that guy definitely planned that line. We rise together to the moon and beyond.
All 4 RS-25 engines on the core stage and 2 solid rocket boosters now propelling the vehicle at
The
128 miles
environmentalists
per
are
hour.
losing their mind right now, bro.
Hearing good control on the roll from teams in Mission Control Houston. All good calls so far. Now 30 seconds into the flight of Artemis 1. First milestone will be for the vehicle to pass through max Q at about 1 minute and 9 seconds into launch. This is the greatest period of atmospheric force on the rocket.
Alright. It's launched, boys. It's up in the air.
SLS now traveling 607
It's going.
miles
She's
per hour.
going.
It's
Now we get to watch and see if it explodes.
You're looking at 8.8 million pounds of maximum thrust. Quiet here in the loops in Mission Control. The 4 core stage engines are throttling down ahead of passing through max Q.
Kinda looks like it's all on fire. Then you realize it's in front of the fire.
Why haven't we figured out how
Seconds into the flight,
how to make
traveling
a
at
machine that flies
1,420
like a
miles
bird?
per hour. The
What?
4 core stage engines are back at maximum
You know what
thrust.
I mean? I just said like, why haven't we made like a flying
The
machine?
next major
that moves like a
milestone will
bird
be
yet?
for the solid
You don't have,
rocket
like,
boosters to cut off and jettison at about 2 minutes
Like,
and
how-
11
why are we
seconds
just,
into
like,
the
so
flight, so about
invested
30
in-
seconds from now.
in like jets?
Again, quiet
you know,
here in
something
Mission
that just
Control
goes-
Houston as teams continue monitoring
then
the
fire.
flight of Artemis 1.
Feels like kind of caveman.
We're now 16 miles downrange from the launch pad at Kennedy Space Center, traveling
Yeah.
over 2,800
Like, I feel
miles
like
per
a
hour.
bird if you made a machine that flew like a bird. That
Dude,
flapped its wings.
It's going
Standing by for solid rocket
2,800
booster
miles
jettison
per
and shortly
hour.
thereafter.
Think about that.
Yeah, but I feel like you could get that speed.
Confirmation that the solid rocket
Did it
boosters
break
have
away?
separated
It's
these
what am I watching
177-foot
now?
boosters.
Is this a fucking UFO?
I'm not gonna lie,
Now the
that
core
looks
stage
really
continues
weird.
to power the flight of Orion, all four
No, wait for this next
RS-25
part.
engines
Watch
firing,
this next
traveling
part. It goes
over
into like a UFO
3,400
shit.
miles per hour, 46 miles downrange.
See, like they're trying to look for some UFO.
2 minutes and 36 seconds into the flight.
Radar.
Both
Hearing
look like
nominal
they
calls here
burned
in Mission
out.
Control Houston. We've still got 4 good engines on the core stage. Next up, we'll be looking for the service module fairing to separate. This is 3 15 by 15-foot fairing panels, providing structural support, protecting the service module.
You
Those
can't
will
even
separate
see the
about
thing
3 minutes
anymore.
and 11 seconds into flight, and very shortly thereafter will be followed by the launch abort system separation.
Didn't account for the fact that it's 16
Just over
miles
3
away.
minutes into the flight of Artemis 1, now traveling over 4,060 miles per hour, 83 miles downrange.
4,000 miles per hour.
We just had confirmation that the service module fairing has separated.
Wow, look at that live stream they just had there.
And
that
that the
was
launch
sweet.
abort system pyros have fired, separating those from Orion as well. For future crew members,
Yo, what the fuck just happened? What is going on? Are you hearing this audio?
we just heard the call for 3-engine press, meaning if SLS were to lose an engine at this point in the mission, we could still achieve a nominal mission. We would just have an extended main engine cutoff time. However, we still have 4 good engines, all at maximum thrust right now, powering the first flight of Artemis at 5,200 miles per hour, 148 miles downrange.
Definitely sound like she said they failed. Alright, folks, well, that's a wrap on the stream.
We're 4 minutes and 16 seconds into the flight of Artemis 1. So far, we've had a clean ascent. We saw those solid rocket boosters jettison about 2 minutes and 11 seconds after liftoff. Shortly after, we had the service module panels fairing separate, as well as the launch abort system. The launch abort system was inert for this flight, except to perform this separation. Those 4 core stage engines will continue to fire and power the flight of Artemis 1, now traveling over 6,800 miles per hour, 229 miles downrange.